Oops, forgot. Shit, hang on. I'm getting lost in the sauce. It's me! I can't, hang on. I can't find it! Oh my god, I asked the worm question in my server and now I can't find the stream link. I don't actually copy it from the computer, I go up into my chat and repost it. Average... Wait a minute, it's Thursday, shit. 4 AM pudding. Okay. Part 6! Okay. Now, we are going to finish the cult. Okay, as you can see, I've got 2 memory cards now. The first one is on stage 1. I've aptly named it Spaghettiville because I was reading the Metropolismania Reddit, which surprisingly exists and got a post not too recently, or not too long ago. Hi, MK! And there's apparently the 8th stage has a, like the point of the 8th stage, I don't really know, but I'm assuming the point of the 8th stage specifically deals with this noodle shop event that occurs, but you can get that noodle shop invitation in stage 1. If you know the right people, because apparently like, all these people, they must be pre-generated, right? That's because everyone gets the same people over and over again. Even if they originally used them to used a randomization system to generate all of these different people, they're like set in stone now. So you will always get the Abes as like one of your starting families. They're like a you know, and then they know a set number of people that are not randomly generated. They are going to be the same every time. So you have to go. The way the person in the post did it is they got to know somebody called Whitby Butler, who knows somebody else called something something at a different shop, who knows somebody specific that works at a gas station, who knows somebody specific that works at, right? And then that guy at that office gives you the noodle shop invitation. He's also got a unique description, which is likes noodles, right? He's like a normal workaholic guy description, except he likes noodles, which is a unique description. I think it's completely unique. I've been looking for it. I haven't seen it on any other workaholic dudes. It's just that guy. If he likes noodles, but the thing is, I did not get it. If you get it in stage 1 and call them to your city in 8, do you insta-win? I don't know. Maybe I should, I'll test that out in my own time, actually, maybe, because I think I'm getting okay at, like, the mechanics. Which I kind of wonder if you can continue calling him past stage 8, or if he's just like like, you know how when, what's her face, Nekoda got shot and she like fucking vanished from the map? Like, maybe you can't add them to the ledger. But I didn't get it the way the person described it in the post. I got it from a workaholic business guy in like a completely different office, just by random chance. Like, I had gotten to step 3 or 4 of the chain of people I'm supposed to, you know, become friends with and invite the next step from. And I just was taking care of some office buildings, and this random workaholic guy was like, I'd like to introduce you to someone specific, and it was like a weird prompt for it, and then I recognized the Gangko noodle on the invitation. Oh, wait a minute, this is it! So, it's really interesting. In stage 1, the stage 8 conditions are like available, question mark, for the noodle shop, whatever that ends up being, which I assume is the noodle shop. Yeah, I named it. I was like, well, what? It's a Law Tale reference and reference to this scenario. Bread! Hey! You said you were gonna be good. Bread. We need to get another triangle bed. So that's all set up on that one. Since you're here, MK, do you want to see the cult resolution first? Or do you want to see... I got the noodle shop guy, I put him into town, I have not talked to the noodle shop guy yet. Are you more interested in the scenario 8 in stage 1 thing, or are you more interested in the cult resolution? Because I've got both of these things at the point where I can just... I can talk to the cult lady. I'm not going to see anything at work, leaving stream in 5 minutes. Okay. Well... Alright, you decide then, Serenade. I just wanted to show up to clock in and say hi. Aw, thank you, MK. I hope you have a fun party. It was a barbecue thing, right? I hope you have fun. And I hope you have a good day. Let's see. Yeah, okay, I'll go ahead with this. And I mean, if I continue playing the game like this, I might not even get to Spaghettiville in the same episode. Are we going to do both this stream? I was kind of thinking maybe I do the Spaghettiville thing, and I don't know how long that would take. I don't know how long the Spaghettiville thing is, or like what to look out for. I was almost wondering if it might spoil scenario 8, so I should have asked in chat instead of asking the fucking worm question. I should have asked, okay, which plan sounds better? Do we do this one just to look at it and then do this one, or do we continue on with the stages until stage 8, do stage 8, save the game, and then go back to stage 1 and see what happens in the stage 1 file? Because I could just leave that there like that for, I know it would be like a long time, but it's like right there, we'd remember it, it's always there on the loading screen. I wouldn't forget, I think. I think maybe that, like, it's like waiting a really long time probably on it. But if there's scenarios past, it's just crazy to think, am I gonna play this game to stage 8? I think that's probably possible, but like there's 30 stages. Do progress, I want more boss cutscenes. Okay, well, I think maybe that plan about going to stage 8, doing it, and then seeing what's different or if anything changes in stage 1 might be interesting. Bread. Be a good boy. Okay, so we will continue in honor of MK Brasilia number 1. Alright. Alright. Right on schedule. Thank you, Roran. I want Dora Bieda, Memphis, and Uru to move here. Is that okay with you? I feel like this is a different question than she was asking me. Maybe it's because I already refused once before saving the game. Dora Bieda, what the fuck? Memphis. Uryu, no! I gotta go have fun. Bye, MK! Happy New Year! For when the next time I'm on stream again, I guess I can say Happy New Year because we're Discord exists, but I hope you have fun. No, with an exclamation point. I mean it. No. Yes, fine. I think it's how you. Everyone says it's how you progress the cult plot. I'm choosing what the stream will be, not even staying around to watching. Honestly, Chad move. What's the I feel like there's a sports game like gosh, my brain's not working. I told you my brain wouldn't work any better today, even though I had sleep. Shadow Monk? Excuse me? Crazy cult, crazy cult. Shadow Monk. Excuse me? Let's see. That's okay. I can finally stream later. You can catch that one instead. Echo. There's echo. Uh-oh. Why would there be echo? No, he's full of shit as usual. Maybe he meant something else. Oh, no, wait. You're talking about the Echoes of Wisdom thing. Inky! Hi, Inky, how are you? I forgot to watch it again. Actually, I hadn't slept, like, we went out shopping, and then the second we got home, I was asleep. I slept all night. Moo! Come here. Moo! I know it's not fair, Moo Moo, but if he gets to get into the bed, he'll sleep. Come on. Moo Moo, I know. Come on, Moo Moo. Come on, Moo Moo. I know you don't want to give up the bed. I know. I'm sorry, Moo Moo. I'm sorry, Moo Moo. I'll give you cookies later to make up for it. Poor Moo Moo. Poor Moo Moo. She got stolen. Because Bread's dumb, and so we have to accommodate him. Moo Moo. Poor Moo Moo. Bread, are you really gonna do her like that? You only wanted it because she was in it. I'm gonna let you start sleeping in the fucking card table chair again, Moo Moo. You ain't have to put up with this shit. I ain't have to put up with this shit. Oh, Moo 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 Moo. Okay. Let's build the crazy cult hall, huh? What a dummy. Alright. I have it. It's here. It's me. Crazy cult. I wonder if where you put them matters very much. Crazy cult. We'll sandwich it because Shadow Monk sounds really important, so we'll have him be in the center so it's symmetrical. Zelda puppet commercial. I did not watch it. If it gets linked in my server, do you have Discord? I mean, you don't, like, I don't want to strong arm you into joining, but if it really, like, if somebody links it there, I will probably watch it. But I just forget. I just keep forgetting. And I'm on the main setup today. Alright, so we just wait for these to get built, I guess. You know... Let's fill these in, so... I don't think it matters very much, but... I like being able to... Oh god. Just walk and not have to... A hungry boy. Momo. What a good Momo. Link, like from Zelda? Iggy? You have a problem? Careful. This is, I'm starting to get concerned. Although if Link was a verb, I think rather than posting links to websites, if Link was a verb, it would probably be the verb very specifically for the act of smashing pottery. That seems... seems like an apt use. Ha! Oh, Moo, you poor Moo. Moo. Alright, when Bacchus shows up, I'm about to read his DMs out loud. That's what's happening today. Which, he gave me permission to, so that's not a threat. If he shows up, I will do that. Because I don't know how busy he is. He might be busy. Video games. Okay, got my phone. Make sure I didn't miss. Okay, I like that Link is usually sleepyhead. It's a very endearing character trait, very human, very relatable. He is the everyman, truly, he just wants to nap. Don't we all? Oh, oops, Pocket Camp. Once these things get built, I guess. Let me check a look at the map. Nothing's flashing, so I guess I had to wait. Oh yeah, it was crazy. Like, I think I just outran the cult. I mean, I know there's not a lot of information on this game. There's like information on it. It's got more information than some games have, but I feel like you can, if you know how to play the game, you really, really easily can outrun the cult in this level, probably, because I don't think I'm that good at the game. I don't know. And other people, several other people posting on the internet had problems with, like, why isn't the cult thing progressing? This one post was like, my population is now 2,300 and still no cult progression. And it's like, yeah, I think the issue is you can outrun the cult because it's the percent infection of cult members, not how long you've been playing or how many members they have total. It's the percent of your total population and you can outrun the infection. Do you think I'm the future... Wait, oh, do you think in the future they will give you the choice to be girl Link? I mean, Link is Link. Like, doesn't Linkle already exist? They've already made a Zelda game where you can choose to be a boy or a girl. It was on the, it was the sequel to Link to the Past Satellaview? Which, that's not Link. In that one, you're not Link, you're just a boy or a girl. I can't remember what the... the fucking plot was. It was something goofy like, you've fallen through a portal in not time dimensions, and now you are the hero of light or something? I don't know. Alright, Memphis. Wait. Where's Memphis? She's not here. He or he, I don't... Shit, I took too long. I was yammering. Uru! What? Uru not here either! Where'd they go? Dora? Ah! He is... he got them crazy eyes. Hello? I'm the guru, Dora Bieda. I'm going to take over this town. Well, at least he's honest. Ah, haha, okay. Then that's what he say, okay. If only all cult leaders were just honest. I wonder where the other cult people went. Oh, are you one of the cult people? Memphis. I'm Memphis, the finance controller. We've taken over this town. You keep out. I'm the one that makes the town for you. Yes, I'm gatekeeping. These guys are tourists. Fuck these guys. I hate this. Their attitude is what stinks. Whoops. The fundamental misuse of the- oh, here he is. My name is Uru. I cook for this- just the cook. He's just the cook. He gets his whole own fucking house and he's just the cook. Well, you know what? It's- oh my god. YEARRR? Are you having trouble with this cult? His nose. Who? Parappa the Rapper! What? I'm Parappa, the original creator of the script. This is the base of this cult. Script. The cult is invading your town. If you don't like it, I must move. If I don't like it, he must move. Let me explain my script. This is so death of the author. Is he about to... Sure. Aged person, Zen monk. Let's practice. First, you must come and see me. What is going on? Okay, fine. Oh, it's tiny? Where does it need to go? Grandpa, what the fuck? I suppose I'll put him here. Like, he gets his own big ass plot. It's just what's going on? Is it just gonna be him? Is it gonna be like a statue? Is it gonna be a tiny little hut? It's gonna be an information booth, a phone box. It's gonna be, what is it gonna be? What is going on? Like that for a main game. I mean, I don't, if they wanna, I don't know. I hope they never make me be a girl in Zelda again. It sucked ass. Everyone talks to me like a toddler. Yeah, that is the annoying part. If that's what it's like to be a woman all the time, I get feminism. You'd be surprised, but you should, I mean, it's different when you're trapped in a game and everybody talks to you like that all the time. In real life, you could just fucking leave, go talk to other people, right? Just, who cares? Let's see. Last name not capitalized. That's how you know he's a serious threat. It's just Parappa the Harappa. His nose is fucking tremendous. They have a guy with a with big eyes and a guy with huge lips and a guy with a huge nose. Wait, where's the lips? And I guess the finance controller has big ears. I don't know. Oh, tiny little. Oh wait, did he? Is that him? No, that's somebody else, right? Parappa. Is he going into the toy shop? He vanished. Oh, there he is. I'm Parappa, the creator of the script. What script? Guru Dorabira used to be my oh my god. What is going on? He used to be my follower. The cult is abusing my script. To save the town, you must master the script. Oh my god, death of the author, though. Let's practice my script. My script is to find the contradictions in human emotion. I'll give you a quiz. Answer yes or no. The Natuzma translation. Do you like the phone? What is this a trick question? Do you like the phone? I don't care about the phone much. I suppose it is convenient, so I guess I'll say yes. Do you like to talk? No. Wrong. What? That is... What was the premise of this game again? What was the premise of this game again? Okay, so you're just supposed to answer yes or no. Do you like the phone? Sure. Do you like to talk? Sure. Do you like to listen? Sure. Do you ignore the phone ringing sometimes? No. That's good. No contradiction. Okay. Are you nice to your friends? I hope. It depends. I'd like to be kind more than nice. Have you stolen your friend's girlfriend? No! Do you like your friend's parents? I don't know. Yeah, sure. That's good. No contradicting. You have good sense. Which do you like, baseball or soccer? What does this have to do? What is the right answer? Oh my god. Well, it's Japan, so baseball? What ticket would you prefer, World Series or World Cup? Oh my god. This fucking guy. What's World Series baseball is a phrase that kind of sits in my head. I don't know, but it's World Series is baseball, right? I think. What do you think when you hear score? Goal or run? Well, goal is soccer, right? Run, what's run? Is run, goal is soccer for sure, so run is baseball? Go and practice with Asuka? Wait a minute. Oh god, I kind of want to go back. Could I have answered, no, I don't like the phone, and then, no, I don't like talking to people, and whatever the next one was. Could I have just like, as long as I was consistent with my answers, would it have worked? That's an interesting idea, actually. I kind of like that, even if it's really goofy. Practice with Asuka. Whoops. You're really brave to challenge me with my script. Do you want to save the town from this sect? No. Okay. Sure. Do you like this town? Sure. Do you mind rubbish in this town? I suppose. Are you clean? I hope. Do you take a shower every day? Yes. Do you clean your room every 3 days at least? Uh-huh. Have you littered in this town? No. Do you get told to put things away? No. Do you take your rubbish home if you can't find a bin? Yes. Do your feet stay clean from walking and you yes? Do you clean someone's room if it's dirty? I would put something back if I noticed when washing falls on the ground. Do you wash it again? Yes. End of the season? I don't dry clean, but if I did dry clean, I suppose I would do it at the end of the season. Yes? I don't have curtains, so okay. That didn't... What? Mondo! Mondo cool is the whole coat. Mondo. That's what some of the dudes will say. They'll say, I want to be Mondo. Mondo something. Mondo. Huge lips, finance controllers, big ears, Cook has huge lips. Oh, I didn't notice. Buckus! Not sure I'll stay for long, a bit late here already. Oh, should I read the thing that you wrote in DMs, or should I save it for another time? Respond in text later, or whatever. I guess stuff is happening in Metropolismania. Let's see, I'm going to, time for me to make a meeting that could be an email. I'm gonna pause the stream, watch it when I get back. Aw, go on, we can always continue later if needed, okay. Let me check real quick. Missing the point slightly. Arguing doesn't mean fighting over something. Two people can politely argue and agree to disagree. Most women won't agree to disagree and don't like when someone has the audacity to argue in the first place, because they see their opinion as the extension of themselves and not an external mutable thing, and to immediately stop you from, but men are like that sometimes too. Well, they are. And some men are fucking Witcher lover. Last shot. As soon as you provide examples of where it's bad, because they also see their hobby as an extension of themselves. It's the I like rap. Someone said rap isn't music, therefore I was accused of being morally wrong for liking it. Well, when it's someone that you care about a lot, you kind of want to bridge the gap. So it's okay if you don't like it, but it's okay if they like it. Because by extension, it's like, well, if I like it and you don't like it, you don't like something about me. And that creates an insecurity. Also, when you're the most important person in the whole world to someone, and they really like to know what you think about things, they really like to know, like, having your input on things about something they like also. It's like it's a meshing of two great things. It's great to have it. challenge Uru. Okay. The cook. You can play with me this time. Hooah! Do you want to save this town from the sect? Okay. Do you like this town? I guess. Do you like the people in this town? Yes. Do you like human beings? I'm gonna say they are fascinating biologically. Do you like yourself? That is a hard question. Okay, fine. I suppose I am human. Do you like children? Children are definitely human. Do you worry about elderly people? In what context, I suppose? Do you ever think to hurt someone? Not for the sake of hurting someone, because that's mean and bad. Evil. Do you think kids are noisy? I mean, I don't think kids noisy. No, I don't think they're noisy. I know they are noisy. Do you ever despise people? This game is gonna get someone in trouble someday. I should have chosen the opposite premise because... I mean, you know, the Metropolis Maker's boss. No! Are you concerned about the residents? Yes. Do you think about the town's future? Yes. Do you ever hate yourself? I am human, therefore no. But yes. So basically, you just have to... These contradictions are goofy shit. You just have to lie. Don't get carried away. And Roran is much stronger than I. These guys just want to leave the cult? What are they... let's see, go on, we can always... I would accept it if it only happened between people who care about each other, but it's just women, no matter the situation. Yeah, but it's the same reason as that, you know... I think it's probably a survival mechanism. You have to find a man who isn't going to arbitrarily decide he dislikes some aspect of you someday and disregard you if you're unga bunga and you need a man, right, to help you, protect you. So you test the waters to find a man who doesn't despise some aspect of you. At some point. And smart men will not I mean, I think there's plenty, like, there's different kinds of smart. There's plenty of smart men who absolutely do not fucking understand the minefield that is woman emotion. But if I'm being, like, totally 100% fucking honest, and I always try to be, even if it's unflattering, right? I guess maybe another annoying thing is that even when women are super honest about what they feel and how they think about things, it's usually made fun of, and guys say that it's stupid and bad and infuriating. But we can't help being that way. And so, you know, what do you do about that? In your opinion, you know? Should women just always get told that they're stupid and bad for things they can't help? You know? And I'm not saying that, like, all women can't help it ever. I think it's a balance, right? It's like, you have to beg the good faith argument for both sides. A woman who is doing her best, who has good intentions, who's being just and loyal and trying, right? In the same way, you're gonna beg the good faith interpretation that the man is being good and just and faithful and loyal and doing his best, right? Also. Women simply should not try to view their hobbies as extensions of themselves, and men shouldn't either. Women are that way, though, and you can't change it. It's not just hobbies. It's like a woman's identity is... I mean, lots of people do that. I think women are more likely to get their feelings tied up into it. Lots of people do it. The way you navigate it is different a little bit sometimes, but you're actually, I mean, at that point, you're kind of saying, well, people who get their feelings hurt too easily. Women are more prone to getting their feelings hurt too easily, but that's not the core issue of when people get their feelings hurt too easily, so you're conflating two, and it's confusing. I'm not an expert. but if someone views the hobby as an extension of themselves, and they are so prone to doing it that it begs the question it must be a part of their biology, therefore they can't really help doing that, are they stupid and bad even if that is the way their biology functions? Do they simply have to suffer from the other half of the population, refusing to understand that and, you know, come to terms with it and understand how to interact with it in a way that isn't hurtful? Like, as a serious thing, women are stupid regardless. I mean, so are men. Especially men that, like, when you lay this out like this and men still say, nuh-uh, right? It's... That's where the disagreement happens all the time, you know? I think it's something they can learn if they tried. I think a lot of women can learn that what they're doing seems unreasonable to men, and I think a lot of women need to introspect more about why they're doing these things so that they don't tip over into being unreasonable. Because it's really easy to begin being unreasonable because of a way you felt, but feeling that way is not something you can help, and it's not wrong to feel that way. Indulging in it and letting yourself be a bad, spoiled, selfish person because you felt that way is wrong. And too many women do that. But when I have a conversation with you in good faith, Bacchus, I hope that you can understand I'm coming from it at the good faith angle. And, you know, with anybody, if I'm having a conversation with anyone, not just you, but, like, you know, anyone. Without constantly conflating it into that way. Because men, even when, I'm not assuming men are trying to be bad, mean, evil on purpose, but when you do normal, oblivious things that you don't understand that it is what it is to a woman, right? That's where the disconnect is. And there's a pretty common set of disconnects that continually occur in, like, all relationships I have ever known in my entire life. And once you kind of understand those disconnects and where they commonly occur, you've started to bridge the gap. You kind of start to understand how the other sex thinks. And that's important. I think it's important, especially if you care about someone, to make the effort to understand it. And that's why I was making the joke about bards and poets and stuff, because it's like they had one girlfriend and they actually paid attention, right? Now they know how to get any woman. That's the joke. Oh my god, YEARRR. All right. Asuka. That's not YEARRR. Sorry. Next door is YEARRR. YEARRR! It's my town. I'm much stronger than Uru. Do you want to save this town? Yes. Do you like this town? No. Wait, that's not a contradiction. Oh no! You have to beg the premise from the beginning. She already asked for the in order to initiate it. Ah! Okay, that's fine. That's cool. So I did not take the initiation question into account, but it is part of the questions. If you say no to this one, it just... Right, okay. Save this town from what, you fucking people? Fine, I'll save the town. Do I like it? I guess. Do you want to leave this town like this and start like this and start another one? Well, no, that's why I'm doing this. Do you think the town's environment is important? Sure. Do you think the Earth is important? It is the environment. Are you concerned with the town's pollution? Concerned? Like, is it already bad? No? Do you separate your rubbish? Sure. Have you ever thrown old furniture somewhere prohibited? No? Do you know what day rubbish collection? Well, I don't know what it is in Japan, but here it's Friday. If the residents are happy in our sect, are you happy? This is a trick question. Because the residents are part of the town, so if they're happy, it's good. Because they are part of the town. So yes, it's good because they are part of the town for them to be happy. However, if the residents are happy in our sect, they will stay in the sect, and I'm trying to defeat the sect. So, no, if they are happy in the sect, then Alright, she got me. Yeah, it's a contradiction. Okay, I have to say no to that one. Do you like this town? Yes. Do you want to leave this town like this and start another one? No. Do you think the town's environment is important? Yes. Do you think the earth is important? Yes. Are you concerned with the town's pollution? Yes. Do you separate your rubbish? Yes. Have you ever thrown old furniture somewhere prohibited? No. Do you know what day is rubbish collection? Yes. If the residents are happy in our sect, are you happy? I'm happy they're happy, but I'm not happy they're in your sect. Do you think it's okay to sell this town if you could- What the fuck? I guess no. Do you like plants? Yes. Do you think people can be saved by a cult? I'm fighting to defeat the cult, so no. Do you believe in our cult? No. Should this town close down if half the residents belong to our sect? What kind of fucking... Well, the other half of the town... The other half of the town wouldn't be in the sect, so no. Have you ever destroyed any plants? No? Would you quit here and build a new town right now if someone asks you? No? No? That is a trick question. Do you think it's worth destroying the forest if the town expands? Well, the town itself isn't. The town can still do well and expand somewhere that isn't the forest. So if I care about plants and I care about the town, no, because we could expand the town somewhere where the forest is not. Logically, right? Okay. Well, it's my turn. Do you want to save the town? Yes, my first premise. Do you want to be in charge of another town at the moment? No. Do you think of this town's development? Yes. Are you concerned about the small population growth here? Yes. Will you close the school if there's not enough children? No. Do you think elderly people should just exist? What does that mean? Do you think elderly people should just exist in the community? What's the alternative? Of course they should just exist. Huh? What's the contradiction? They should not exist? Wait, what's the contradiction there? I can't believe he just threw that shit. Okay, do I want to be in charge of another town at the moment? No. Do you think of this town's development? Yes. Are you concerned about the small population growth? I suppose. Will you close the school if there's not enough children? No. Do you think elderly people should just exist? What are you advocating for? What does this have to do with anything you've asked me? Are you saying that, like, old people should be there? Wait, if there's small population growth, that means there aren't even enough residents as is. So, like, it wouldn't be an issue if it's like he's saying there's too many young people, there's too much old people in the way for the new young people that need space. It's like, no, it's just, should old people just be allowed to exist? This is a wubby take! Do you think growth occurs when residents are happy? I guess. Do you think the cult can make people happy? No. Do you think happiness creates development? Motivation? Sure. If the town develops too fast, do you think the residents too fast? He says too fast. Too fast implies... Yeah, too fast. Do you agree residents create development? I guess. Do you think the residents are suffering? Do you think the residents are suffering now? How many of them? What do you mean suffering? No? It's a contradiction. What are they suffering? I mean, I don't know how many of the residents are in the cult at this point, but like they all seem happy. But you said the residents, not the cult. Do you want to be in charge of another town at the moment? No. You think this town's development? Yes. Are you concerned about the small population growth here? I don't know what that means. I guess so. Will you close the school? No. Do you think elderly people should just exist? No, elderly people should not exist. Don't clip that. Do you think growth occurs when residents are happy? I guess so. Do you think the cult can make people happy? No, I'm fighting against it, and that would be against the first premise question. Do you think happiness creates development? I suppose. If the town develops too fast, do you think the resident No, if it's too fast, then nobody would be happy. Do you agree residents create development? I guess. They are, I guess. Do you think the residents are suffering now? Maybe? How many people are in the cult? I mean, he said residents, not cult. Ah, jeez. What the fuck? You really think do you really think old people exist? Unbelievable. Clipped? No! I didn't think anyone was here! Alright, time for the final test. This fucking guy. I heard you're a great Mondo player. What is Mondo? Is it what plants crave? I'm their last challenge. Do you want to save this town? Sure. Are you happy at the moment? No. Do you think this cult will ruin the town? Yes, because I have to save the town from it. If the script can save this town, can the cult stay? No. Do you think this town needs residents? I suppose. It needs residents to be a town. Do you think the cult ruins the people? I suppose. Do you like this town? Uh-oh. Did I say I didn't like it earlier? No. Alright, we have to do things according to the script for me to keep it consistent in my head. Am I happy right now? Oh, it was just if I was happy right now. You know what? No, I'm gonna make the same mistake. Yes. Can the cult stay? No. You think this town needs residents? Sure. Do you think the cult ruins the people? I think that's consistent. Do you like this town? I'm trying to save it. Do you like the residents in this town? I'm trying to save them. Is it your mission to save what you create? I guess. Is it your mission to help this town develop? I guess. Do you like nature? I guess. You're doing well, but there's more. Come on! Do you like learning new things? Yes. Do you like books? Depends. Are you a curious person? Unfortunately. Do you agree with exams? No. But I think Japan wants me to. Do you like human beings? I guess. Do you want to achieve your mission? Yes. Do you like animals? Yes. Do you get really involved when you like something? It depends, I suppose. Do you listen to individuals' complaints? Yes. What? Huh? Residents are normal again! What? Sorry to have caused so much trouble. That's it? I'm gonna study more. Do they become normal residents or is this it? I guess I can't get their phone numbers. I lose. I must practice Mondo again. You're the one who saved me. Thank you. Wait, what? Totally. They had... What's been happening? What do you mean what's been... They were mind controlled? What does the cult have? Rothrock Johnson! What? What a fucking name! Holy shit, I love this game. Rothrock Johnson. I'm writing that one down. Rock. Johnson. This pen is so shitty. Come on. There we go. Rothrock Johnson, there we go. I am back and picking up from where I left off. Godspeed! Honestly, if you skip the man, women debate. It's probably not that much time. So do people Chipdale? Chipdale! I think I remember. Where have I been? What the fuck? Oh, my hiccups. Help me! So that's it? Is that the end? They're not going back to normal. Oh, do I need to talk to Guru Man? It was a great Mondo battle. You've saved the town. Now we have a future. How was it? Okay, how the mind control? What does the text? Is it hypnotism? What? Is this it? Can I put you guys in my phone book? They put their little orchards out. So, do they just talk like this from now on and you can't, like, even though you... So even though you saved the town, everybody with a cult badge still talks, like, you still actually can't interact with them or talk to them. Alright, well, is this it? Is this the end of the scenario? Do I have to wait maybe a day and the badges go away and, like, the town continues on as normal, or...? I don't know. It's kind of weird. Like, people still go to the cult. God, everybody, it really was mind control. I felt like I've been brainwashed. It was something insidious. Okay, so can I demolish him now? Oh my god. He knows something I don't. I can't- wait a minute, this is totally in line with his character. Of course Punchler would still want the cult. He holds out hope for the cult! Oh my god! Alright. Haven't you got anything left to do? I don't know. You're in the middle of the event. The event? Do you want to leave now? No, never mind. Go finish up the event of the crazy cult. It's nice that they tell you! Holy shit! That's actually really nice. I like that. Okay, so I guess it might be a waiting puzzle again. Talk to the fucking... This fucking guy. Dan P. Floyd, the introductor of the fucking cult. I think that was him. I don't actually remember. Marshall Architect Company. I've fine. Don't worry. I can't. Rothrock Johnson! Yeah. Finally a challenge for Todd Gonzalez. Todd Gonzalez. Dwight Rorchicle. Ah. Did that just say the... Okay. Whew. So, do we wait until the badges clear? Wait a minute. He says the event. Like he knows. He set this up. Punchler the puppet man. Yeah, what is it? Aldorf Punchler. That guy. Hmm. Mahjong. Talk to Grandpa. Grandpa! The residents are normal again. What a relief! I can now live in peace. Town came back to reality. What? Reality, like grounded in reality, right? Not like we were starting to plane shift or something. Create heat wave. Are you working hard? I put your salary. What timing? How am I doing? Yeah, I had to wait and do nothing for like 1.5 years to get Rorian to catch up to what I was doing. Yay, no raise. Alright, well, I'm gonna assume that's it. And with that, I'm gonna buy... Oh, wait. Punchler. Sorry for being a dumb fuck, but what is the WD colon? Oh, up there next to year? Usually it has some text next to it. It's really weird. I think that tells you whether or not it's a weekday or the weekend. So it changes to like WE sometimes, maybe, and it turns red. I can't remember if it's like red or blue. It changes color, and so it's a weekday right now, which means people will be at the offices working. But if it's the weekend, the offices tend to be empty. And people go out more from their houses, especially people who work in home, like family people. Well, these are, see, I think it depends on what kind of apartment you moved in, because some of them are just like student accommodation, so they go out and they go to school and stuff, and then some of them are like home offices, and I think they might stay in and work. It's just like a little, it's a really cool detail that the residents, depending on what type of residents they are, or what type of resident they are, or what type of residence they live in, they have slightly different schedules depending on whether or not it's a weekday or a weekend. I think it's a really cool detail. Oh right, now I can get the movie theater in my book. Oh no, not a riddle. I just went through enough. What do you have to know to be a real estate salesman? I don't know. I was gonna put lawn, but I don't. Land? No. Is it lean? 'Cause like of a lien on the house? See, I've tried lawn, like a lawn, right? You're showing people the house, and it's like, look at this nice lawn, and then the land, right? Real estate is land. I thought lawn would be funny because it's kind of like, well, okay, what do you have to know? You gotta know the laws of being you gotta know the lawns of being I don't know. I have no fucking idea. We're buddies now. At least I got the movie theater. So lawn, isn't it? A land, isn't it? Maybe lean, L-E-A-N, because of a... Wait, no, not L-E-A-N. Lien. Lien. Is it L-I-E-N? Is that how you spell lien? Like when there's a lien on the house or the land or whatever? Movie theater. Another one? Sure. Perhaps I will put it here, right next to the guru's house. Okay, let's check and see. Did we do it? Are we good? Do you need to save your game? Are there enough people? Okay, we saw the whole cult scenario. We did it! I will resign. Are you really leaving town? I'm going to tell the rest of the town. Please take a day off. Let's zoom in, I guess. I can't escape. Help! They're everywhere. I got kind of corner camped where I was trying to turn. I'll do anything for you? Am I the new cult? Oh god. We should go hi to Grandpa. Grandpa! No, I gotta... No, not that one. There. Aw. Metropolis Maker succeeded through his strong will. Shit, I should have stayed around long enough. You know what's really weird is that when you put... Oh wait, no, he's... Maybe I forgot to look at it. I think I'm misremembering it. It was the, Shit. This guy, Dora Bieda. Yeah, he's 50, okay. I'm going to change my ideas. Okay. That's probably good. Because what you think is a contradiction doesn't make any fucking sense. Maybe phrasing the question better would have been a good idea. Oops. Fruit! Aww. The fruit trees are cute. They've got peaches on them. I can't look up, so it's kind of hard to see. Peaches! Ah. God, it goes fast. Okay, let's see. The other main street is probably over here. Oh god. Oops. Is the old lady... I wonder... No one has to know. Alright, we're free! I can finally walk! Ah. Who else? Oh god. Oh yeah, all the tiles I put down the bear. Dacha. It's him. I'm gonna stare at this sign. Keep out, you're real, man. You are off the map. Thank you. Good luck with your next town. Yay, my next town. 333, nice. 31, 27. Best friend, yeah. Oh god.
People find it very difficult to say no, mainly because they fear being disliked. You must be able to say no whenever necessary.
Oh
Through
god.
You, people have begun talking to each other once again and have regained the confidence that they lost.
You didn't let me say no to the fucking
Your ability
cult.
has improved by leaps and bounds. Soon, you'll be making international news.
No.
Good
Don't
luck
say
on your
that.
next mission.
As the fall guy for whatever you're
Now,
about to
You
do?
must build an agricultural town. It should have as much farmland as possible, but at the same time, using the smallest amount of space.
What does
Your
that
engineering
mean?
skills will be called upon this time.
Oh my god.
There are many older people in an agricultural town, and there tends not to be too much entertainment. This is the secret to your success. We must not fail. Good luck.
Okay. Sweet mandarin farm. Oh, sour orange farm. Orange orchard. Lemon orchard. Rice paddy. Okay. Farming machines. Size 2. All of these are size 2. Why is he in fucking space? Is he at the secret National Socialist Space Laser? Oh my god. Oh my god. I've been thinking really hard about what he said to me. You must have the maximum amount of farmland in the smallest place possible, and I'm just... What? What did you mean by this? Does he mean that there's a lot of water? Wait, hang on. I suppose there's a lot of water, but like... I'm curious. Chat, is this cheating? Okay, that's the factory. This is the road. Residence. Okay, factory, road. Office. Smaller shop. Another road. Residence. So here's what I gotta figure out. Residence. Okay, so here's the factory, a road. Then the 3x3 for entertainment. Wait. 3. Then the extra space, and then this is where the 2 goes. And then here's a road. So I'm kind of wondering if farmland is... Do they need spaces around them to put their farms on? Do they need, like, ground to put their farms on? Or can they put it on this kind of stuff? Does this count as ground? Will they turn this into ground? Because, like, could you accidentally ruin your entire map for farming by putting a bunch of this stuff around? Because it creates it like this. See, it, like, makes the dirt go away. I feel like they can fill in places that are filled in, like, with this stuff, I feel like they can farm on those if they have the space. Alright, I'm gonna... Alright, I know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna save my game. God, I've got to think of what to name it. I'm gonna save the game at the beginning of this scenario so I don't have to do the end of the cult scenario again, because that was a lot of waiting. And going through dialogue boxes. So... No, not quit. Shit, what did I meant? Resume the game. So, I think what I'm gonna try to do is I'm gonna... Shit, where was my road? What is my road? I forgot to buy fish! I forgot to eat all of the fish so I could move fast! Damn it! Okay. 1, 2, 3, then the space, and then 2, and then residences. So... I'm gonna put these farms down with spaces between them and one plot behind each of them. Because I noticed you could destroy the farms that get, like, farmed. You can destroy them too. So if this works, then there's no reason to change my town building strategy. But if it doesn't work, I'll have to utilize the round area and think about a different city plan. But I'm lazy, so I'm gonna try to do it this way because I'm cheap. Oops. Space between each one. Actually, if I'm really stress testing it, I might as well just put them like right close to one another. Actually, maybe I should have 2 spaces in between each one because this guy will have this is a field and this is a field, and then this guy will have his own 2 fields available to him. Maybe they're too spread out if I do this. This is an awfully long way to take care of a bunch of different complaints, probably. Should I give them each their own space, or... You know what? The first experiment I guess I'll do is see if they can just exist like regular-ass houses. Like, without any spaces between any of them. This is gonna be an experiment. I'm gonna mess up my entire first run. I will have to reload. I don't know what the rules of the farmers are. I just know that they kind of act more like regular residents than normal, and they didn't absolutely hate when I annihilated their fields, so if they put a field somewhere you don't like, you can just... Okay, so this is a police station, this is a hospital, this is the first thing. However, I think farming machinery is important, so I'm gonna actually put it like... sort of in the middle here, so it can reach as many dudes as possible. Alright. Oops. And then we'll make a road. So everybody likes roads. Let's see. Let's call... Yeah, grocery store guy. especially because fish is easy to spam the button on, costs $50, and I think it does as much as birthday cake. I used to do birthday cake because it seemed like it did a lot for how much, but you have to go all the way down to the bottom of the bakery menu for birthday cake. So I'm gonna instead eat 27 whole-ass raw tuna. That's what I have decided is the best way to fuel your Metropolis maker. Cage farm machinery? Cage farm machinery. Cage, the name. Nicholas Cage. Ooh, I suppose we will need a police station and we will need a hospital, so I should probably go get those too. But if I solved it after someone asked me to, I'd get more points, I think. There's gonna be plenty of shit to solve, and I'll have my hands full with that anyway, so. Pizza, cake, coffee, bar, police, daycare, primary, junior, internal. Oops. Okay. I keep accidentally clicking gossip. Chinese noodle bar, okay, but that's not what I wanted. Old guy. Okay. Police. Hospital. An old guy. And a Chinese restaurant. And now we wait. Ooh. Oh. Mal! I forgot! No! I forgot to read Mal! No! I'm stupid! Now I'm antsy! Can't wait! There's something to look forward to. Okay. Wait, where did I put... Okay, now! Hey! What the fuck? I was gone for 1 minute! These people don't care if they have land! What the fuck? They just... What? I was gone for 1 minute! What are you people doing? That's ocean water! That's not... Oh my god. And you... Okay, never mind. Doesn't matter. It's fine! What is it? Ah! What does it mean? What? I'm so confused. Please give me your finest 10 tuna. No, wait, that's not what I wanted to do. Yes. Thank you, hard work. Stop. Tuna! Tuna! Bluefin tuna. Secret National Socialist Space Laser. We find out that the we just are making metropolises so that Punchler can use the space laser on them. It's the universe in which he won, and he's just such a sociopath. He just wants shit to destroy. Oops. 20 raw tuna. More! I'm gonna... Metropolis Maker responsible for putting bluefin tuna on the endangered species list. There we go. Meow, maybe. Don't have any problems yet. I'm gonna put the street here now that I'm fast. I'm stuffy today. Sad. Oh. I don't want to make the horrible follow through on the noise, but it's easier just to hold the button down. Well. Nobody has any problems, so... am I supposed to be making more? Okay, you know what, what's the... 72 of all the buildings are dependent on farming industry. Okay, I might already have things, oh god, in my book for farming. Let's go check. Oops. No! Wrong. Printing software. I assume the farms are gonna start asking at some point, right? For stuff. I guess we could just make a pure farming town. If they can just put trees in the water, crops in the water inside, I suppose it's just a farm town. Maybe on like one of the final levels they're gonna ask me to balance like, we need something with 5% regular ass residents and 5% people who have a preschooler and 5% people who have a degree in the medical field and 5% people who are farmers and 5% people who are fishermen, 5% people who like cake, and that's gonna be hell, but whatever. Farm machinery, that's farm related. Farming machines. So in this instance, I think I need to pay attention because this says farming machinery, but it's an office, right? Farming machinery, building, farming machines. It doesn't say that it's a... Yeah, it doesn't say that it's a factory, so I assume it's fine to put it here, you know? Because if factories are within 5 or 6 spaces of... Okay, people awake. Alright. Rio. Lenore. Or Lenore, I think we pronounce it either way. Maybe Lenore is the more... I think I've heard that one, but I've never heard Lenore. Mumble, mumble. Grandpa! Jin Altman. Dogs or cats? I like cats. Lady! Alright. It's fine. Dogs are okay if they're polite. Dogs are really cool if they're polite. But I don't know, maybe I've just been conditioned. Everybody I know has rude dogs. Back. Hi, Bacchus! Getting back to the convo. Okay. I guess my point was that women are naturally stuck in an infinite loop. Yeah, I guess you could say that, but... I mean, only if you don't understand how to... No, I guess maybe not. Like, no, because you can resolve things. No, I love resolution. I love getting to a status quo or a resolution. Finding a compromise. Miso. But I mean, I think you, I don't know. Okay, I'll read what you mean by perpetual loop. When they don't like, okay, where they don't like when people are arguing with them. Women want to be understood. Arguing is the only way of overcoming that. Yeah, women want to be understood. Truly overcoming, yeah. Not having someone just accept you and deal with it. Like, that's just accepting, like, accepting it, quote unquote. If you don't really accept it, it's a platitude and you're being patronizing. That's not a real resolution either. So, I understand it's frustrating, but like, women actually want to come to an understanding. I think human beings in general are just bad at that. I think women get stuck in their own loops of like throwing up their hands for different reasons than men get stuck in their own loops of throwing up their hands. I think it's just a disconnect. I think that it's more likely for there to be certain areas of disconnect. But I really, really think, like, humans generally just, like, if you're a human being who's stuck in a loop and always unhappy, it's probably a you thing. There are human beings who are stuck in infinite loops. I don't think it's women. I just think it's a human. All humans have that potential to happen. It's not all women are always stuck in a loop. I think it's a specific human thing. There are more likely loops to get stuck in if you are a certain gender, but everybody gets stuck in their own type of loops. Take my example of music. I could take the opposite position specifically. Let me double check that, because I did not fully understand entirely. Wait, where's the mouse? What is that? Oh my god, the touchpad's mapped to be the mouse. I wonder if there's a way to disable that. It's a bit unrealistic when it comes to women for other reasons, so I tell you that I don't consider rap music, and you as a woman like rap. Okay, that's a fine premise. So you don't consider rap music. What is rap then? Most likely you'll just take it as a personal attack instead of trying to make me understand anything. Well, okay, think about it like this, okay? Here, actually, never mind. Rather than engaging with the argument, if you're gonna say most likely you will take it as a personal attack instead of trying to make me understand anything, you've had that experience, okay? So, in the situation where a girl says, I like rap music, and you say, rap isn't music, what do you... Why would you say that? Beyond whether or not you actually believe rap is music or you're saying it to be funny or whatever, if her feelings get hurt by it, I mean, why would, you know? It was the other way around. It was specifically movies. Where I said, I think Marvel movies are poorly made. Okay. That would make thousands of people angry, and they aren't all women. And the answer was, but I like them and you're mean. Well, that's true. She's not wrong. You were being mean, maybe. I don't know. I didn't know she liked them. Oh, well then you should have said, I didn't mean to be mean. I just don't like them. But I have this feeling that when you are confronted with, but I like them, you're being mean, you say, yo, well, they suck and you're stupid is not, not a good answer. Even if you truly believe that, and if you truly believe that, maybe you should reconsider the woman you're with if you really think she's stupid. That's what I said, and it was like a 20-minute explanation. Uh-huh. I wouldn't be with a woman who I thought to be stupid. Well... So the 20-minute explanation about why... See, this gets down into subjective taste, though. Because, I mean, you think they're poorly made. I personally agree with you, but I'll take devil's advocate on that point, right? Because at some point you have to agree, right? That you might not like every single thing that your partner likes. Like me and Forte have aesthetic differences, right? We think aesthetics are different. So if you fundamentally really dislike something that somebody else really likes, if it's your partner, right? How would you reconcile that? How would you see that reconciliation going? The 20-minute explanation included my arguments why they're poorly made and also the explanation that she's allowed to like it regardless and it's not a personal attack. Specifically said poorly made. Sounds like I mean, she just... Not my usual Lamau, it's shit ass. Sounds like you tried and she's just an unreasonable person. Which, like... Just being like, nah, I just don't really like... Just not really not my thing. I think they suck. The most reasonable blonde. Live in this town. Okay. Tea. I think he likes coffee. Xena. Oops. I mean, that doesn't really seem like a woman thing. That just seems like there's enough men in the world that got their pants in a twist over something like that also that... See, that's the thing though. This might sound like a feminist talking point, but I think feminists get this totally wrong also. Like, they just start turning it into like a name-calling game. But you called the men that do that effeminate men. But like... Why is it an effeminate men thing if, like... Not all women do it? So it's, like, I understand it's probably like a statistics thing, like women are more likely to do it and men are less likely to do it. In my experience, I think people are equally likely to get their panties in a bunch if you just, like, straight up explain, like, if you explain why you don't like something they really like, they'll just be like, oh. It's a toss-up whether or not you'll be... I really don't know. Like, if you explain why you don't like something, you're just as likely to get into an argument with a man as a woman. Maybe the woman's more likely to get her feelings hurt over it, but getting into an argument where you can't come to see eye to eye about something is like, that's a human thing. Getting your feelings hurt is a woman thing, but I guess maybe that was your point, is that her feelings were hurt over it. Most reasonable blonde, an effeminate men thing because that's what I decided it to be. I mean, just as I decided at like 15 that only effeminate men can't decide what genre of music they like. That's why I said the music example isn't really fitting when discussing women, because women just say, I don't know, I like all kinds of stuff. It's difficult to pin down what I like because there are specific sounds and like note progressions that I like regardless of what instrument is, you know, being used. It's more like the notes, the melody and the note progression. There are certain instruments I really like the sound of, but there's also, see, it's difficult. They really can't pin down what music I like. I can tell you I tend to like, certain instruments, or I tend to like music that shows up in like video games, but it's not like a blanket thing. And genres are, I don't know if genres are very good for defining what I like. I think you had a complaint about genres being difficult. Women just say I don't know, like all kinds of, hence I said that I like all kinds of music, not blah blah blah. Black banjo horn. Women just say I don't know, like all kinds of stuff, hence I said I liked all kinds of music, but not whatever this black banjo core shit is. Yeah, it's hard to pin down. I think women should make more of an effort to like introspect and be understanding when like it's confusing. Like, women get frustrated that they confuse themselves sometimes also, and then you're frustrated and so you're more likely to be snappy. And that's not right. But if you're self-aware about it, it's like easier to not do it. It's easier to realize you're doing it and be like, oh man, I don't want to do that. You're giving it more thought and consideration than an average woman. I think I could say that about the average man. I mean, there's a lot of dum-dums out there. It's not bad. It's just like, like, these 5 useful techniques can save your relationship. It's like, actually, if you just have some ley lines, I don't know. The key is, oh, I don't know. Maybe, geez, there really is a deeper understanding to be had, but a lot of the like knee-jerk, hard-coded shit men do is a survival of the species mechanism to just prevent it from happening. Just prevent the argument. I love talking about stuff and like what I like about, you know, the things that I like, and I don't feel like I should have to defend everything I like to the death or anything, like as a validation of my existence. If somebody's coming at me in a way that makes me feel like that, it's unpleasant. And maybe men don't realize that they seem like that. Maybe most other women have like a way lower threshold for that than I do. But like that's why the bard, right, poet/bard techniques, every man can learn them. They're really easy. It's not hard. I thought about another thing about the worm question. Hang on. I'll read what you're saying. I'll send you the memes so I can find them. It seems like just a funny thing, but that's the actual male experience entirely unironically. I wish it weren't so hard to find. You said you listen to all genres. I remember that one, and it's the fucking Mongolian throat singing! Well, I'm not gonna click on the ones you linked me because I don't want my computer to blow up. Also, it's muted right now for stream, but I know the picture. You said you liked, okay, well, do people really say, yeah, I like music, and then you bring them over to listen to something, right? And you're listening to the music, and does she go like, actually, I hate this, and then the relationship is ruined? Or is it just like, can we put something else on? Like, is it such a big deal? I don't understand. It must be, like, I don't think it's a huge thing. It is funny, though. I mean, are guys able to do that, too? Is it more hit or miss, or is it like guys have a band they like and they say, oh yeah, I like that shit, and then they listen to it with each other and are like, yeah, that's the band we both like? Or is it like guys say, yeah, I like whatever, right? And you have no idea what they like, and you just pick something you like. Is it likely that that guy who's like, I like whatever, to like what you picked? Is it a man-woman thing, or is it just a can't define what you like thing? I'm like, I sleep in every morning too. I'm lazy. Zucker. I guess it's that the thought of a female maybe liking what you like is enticing. Well, yeah. Well, that's probably why it hurts women's feelings so much too, especially if they kind of like you and then you think what they like is stupid because that's like disappointing because they wanted to be friends with you and so they get extra feelings hurt over it maybe. I don't know. That's a supposition. I mean, that's kind of how I feel. If I present something to Forte and I'm like, I think it's really cool. If he were to say, oh, that sounds dumb as shit, I'd have my feelings really hurt. But I think it's partially because I'd be feeling really disappointed. It'd be like a big feeling of disappointment and then compounded with, he thinks something I think is cool is stupid, so he either thinks I'm stupid or I am stupid. That's how it feels. Secret insight into the female psyche there, I guess. It's kind of disappointing when you learn that she just can't make her mind up. It's not that I can't make my mind up about music. I think this is a good example because I do that female thing, right? I can't tell you what music I like because I like so many different musics. It might be a biological thing since it's such a female stereotype. This might be like, maybe I have some insight on that, right? because it's really hard to nail down what kind of music I like. Let's see. Instead of actually viewing all kinds of music or films or anything as an art form, what you're saying is exactly what I was talking about, but on men's part, it's not exactly that. It's just a slight disappointment. That's the big difference, I think. Think about it biologically also. Like, somebody might come along and, like, watch the VOD later and shit. Tuna, get mad at me, but I'm gonna say biologically, women depend on men for survival, right? Out in Unga Bunga land, cavemen, women depend on men for survival. So it's a lot more, you know, it's harder when a man is displeased even peripherally to something you're presenting to him for a woman. And I think that's biological. I think it's built into our brains as female humans. So that's probably why women get so fucking defensive, right? If they can't introspect about shit like this, and they don't, because they don't realize men don't mean it like that. They on their side don't realize that men aren't trying to be mean. And even if you say, like the response to the woman, when you tell a woman who's mad about it, they don't mean to be mean. That doesn't help. I know it sucks. It's like a two-part problem. But when you tell her they don't mean to be mean, she hears, right, what it actually means. Or when she's angry and petulant already, what that feels like to her is they don't care enough to understand. They don't care enough about me as a friend or a person to understand that what they did hurt me. I know it sucks, it's annoying for men to have to think about shit like this, but like, it's a fantastic skill. Some men are very good at it, some men just get it. Men don't realize women aren't stupid. I mean, I think escalating the situation is stupid, but you can't help how you feel about it. You can talk yourself down from it, but you have that reaction. It's visceral. You can't help it most of the time. Slight disappointment, not an invalid, oh, hang on, sorry, exactly, it's just slight disappointment. Yeah, no, that's like when I was telling you about me and Forte having arguments. When it comes to a peak and we both get, like, actually pissed off, like we're angry, he comes off of it within, like, 15 minutes. Me, my chemicals are surging for, like, an hour, maybe 2 hours. And if I don't have a resolution to that, I don't think I could ever feel better about it. I think it's biological. I think women get fucking defensive as shit because if a man is dangerous to them, she needs to remember to stay away from him in the future too, because he's dangerous. Because men are way more dangerous to women than men are dangerous to men. I know men are also dangerous to men, but like, please, you understand what I mean. And no, this is not a man versus a bear argument. Bears are obviously way more dangerous to both men and women than men are. Unless you want to get into the aspects of like actual sociopathy and prolonging like, I don't know, torture. Don't do that. I don't want to go there. Slight disappointment. Not an invalidation of using human being. Nah. Women don't realize men aren't mean. Yeah, they don't. They really don't, because men sound mean to women. Men don't realize men sound mean to women either. Men don't realize women aren't stupid. No, you see, men don't realize that sounds mean to women. Or I think you can understand saying men don't realize women aren't stupid. Calling someone stupid is mean. If you call a man stupid, actually, this does get into some interesting like language dynamics, because you can call someone stupid, like, what the fuck are you doing, stupid? And it doesn't really, right? I suppose I have a big advantage because I hung out with mostly guys my whole life, tomboy, I never played Call of Duty, I played Team Fortress, but like hanging out with guys my whole life, talking to guys, I understood at a giga early age that men just say mean shit, but when they say mean shit, half the time it's not mean. Half the time they just say shit. And you know what, also, that kind of helps when you're dealing with women also, because when women are angry about something, they'll just say shit that they don't mean because they're angry. I think men do that too, but like women also do it. So you can't just call the pot can't just call the kettle black, right? Everybody says shit they don't mean for different reasons. But yeah, no, men just say shit. And women, that's the crux of the entire issue in like arguments in life and everything, is that if you take something someone said with a different intention than the way it was said, you are malicious if you're doing it on purpose. And if you're not doing it on purpose, you are ignorant. That's the problem. People are largely ignorant of what each other actually means. And there's just bigger types of disconnect between men and women generally on these really common recurrent ley lines, because there are some things that are like, it's our biology, right? We're just wired that way. Let's see. Don't quote me saying men are stupid. I mean, just as a perspective, not as someone saying it out loud. Men just say shit. That's true. Men will just do shit. Yeah. Sometimes you cut yourself on something by accident and don't even notice it for like 3 days. Yeah. I think the first thing that pops into my head when I think of this, I tried to jump over a trailer hitch once and I didn't even realize I'd actually like really cut my leg on it when I did that. And it wasn't 3 days before I noticed it, but it was like, I didn't even feel it until like somebody else had to point it out. That was like bleeding really bad. But it was just a surface level wound. It was fine. No scar either, actually. Pretty nice. Let's see, mental shit, somebody's not even blah blah blah, and that's just how we go through life. I mean, don't you think somebody who's very attention oriented and cares a lot about little details like that, so that when you cut yourself and don't realize it, she goes and like goes and gets the first aid kit to make sure you don't get an infection and die of gangrene, right? Don't you think that's a great that works? Don't you think that works pretty well together? All in all, I think it's a great system. We just gotta understand how it works. And I think both parties should make an effort to understand how it works. I don't think it's always on the men. I do think, yeah, both sexes tend to get this kind of, like, they've got MGTOW, right? And I think that's like probably like the penultimate digging your heels in and refusing because you've been hurt by so many people who also, I think, dig their heels in and refuse. Like, it's just hurt people hurting people. It's really sad. Navigate the spaces, as the kids these days say. Yeah, it is a system, but the modern world keeps telling everyone it's not a system. I think that it's really weird that the modern world, well, we're not allowed to not say it. Like, we're still allowed to say it. When they say we're not allowed to say that or believe in that, that's the problem. And I do see that creep in media, like personalities and interviews and things. It's social media, and it's like, why do you want to be a nuclear family? If somebody gets mad at that, it's like, it's going in the other direction again, I guess. But it's just, I don't know, hurt people. It keeps going in circles. I think being aware of your biology and how it works is very important. And when you do that, when you just decide, yeah, I'm just gonna accept it, I'm gonna look at things from the ground up, you know, unga bunga, a lot of shit starts to make sense. I think a lot of people are probably way more normal than they think they are, because people want to be special, so they'll like make excuses or say, no, I'm actually special. There's actually something different about me. It's wrong with me. I can't help it. And it's like, I was a teenage girl too once. I was 14. I know. But I really believe there's far less of actual, you know, exceptions to the rule, especially when there's a sudden fucking massive swath of a shitload of exceptions to the rule all at once around a certain time period in the same social group. It seems like a fad. I'm sorry. It's just weird. And I know I'm saying some spicy things. I don't want to make anyone feel bad. I don't, but it's how it seems to me. I just think it's funny. It's annoying if I have to deal with it. I don't want to have to navigate that. I just want to be myself. Everybody wants to just be themselves, and if you're upset by that, please understand. I just want to be myself too, okay? I'm not in your business. I have an opinion about it, but let's just go exist in our separate circles. Chill out. Modern world, blah, blah, blah. People who would get mad at someone wanting a nuclear family are either women or effeminate men. Now, plenty of effeminate men want nuclear families. Just stats, not my decision. Okay, fair. Well, it's the stats. It's unflattering stats, but there's a lot of exceptions I know personally to that. I'm gonna be super rude and say because I'm a woman, I can say it. There's a lot of women who are simply sour grapesing about nuclear family and relationships. I'm gonna say there's justifiably women that are sour grapesing about it because they've had bad experiences, so it's not like what they're doing is necessarily unfounded, but, you know, when you've had a very bad experience and then it's really hard to find a man that realizes the things he says without thinking sound super mean, most men seem kind of scary if they don't, you know, because they don't realize it. No one's ever told them, no, men don't mean to be mean. Men don't mean to be scary like that. They really don't. And women are... You can get inside your own head and hype yourself up into panic attacks. You really can physically affect your body by getting inside your own head and telling yourself something until you believe it's true. And I think that's another problem that happens. You don't even need a fucking hug box. You don't even need an echo chamber. You can do it to yourself. Anyone can do it to themselves. Statistically, I think women are more likely to do it. The vapors, as they say. Some fucking Metropolismania fan is gonna be like, oh boy, Metropolismania! I love Metropolismania! And they're gonna... I'm so sorry. If this is like a conversation you are emotionally charged on a side in, I don't want you to feel bad. I just want you to do what you think is best for you. That is your freedom. I don't know what to say that's not offensive. Best wishes! The rudest thing you can say is probably, okay, being free, okay, hang on, nuclear family. Sorry, let me introduce these people. Let's just let some time pass. Maybe we can get some complaints occurring. Take it as an invalidation of his or her wait, hang on. People who would get mad at someone, not my decision. When someone tells them they want to have a nuclear family, the person in question takes it as an invalidation of his or her being because he or she sees being free and autonomous as an extension of themselves. By nuclear, I mean husband, wife, and children. There are effeminate men who want a wife, but they'll prefer to spend all their money on Funko Pops or whatever instead of children. Yeah, that's like... The coincidence of being selfish is... Human beings are pretty selfish. That's also like, you know, it's valuable to survival, but it's difficult. If everybody is allowed to wallow in being selfish and not training, you can train yourself to be more selfless, and it's less painful to be selfless eventually, you know, even if you aren't naturally a selfless person. So yes, women aren't told that men don't mean to be mean, but there's a not so obvious side effect, or maybe it is obvious, but a woman entering a group of men changes the entire dynamic of said group of men. Why? Why does it have to? Not necessarily due to sexual circumstances. Like, if every time a woman entered a group of men and men just said, well, sometimes men just say shit, we don't really mean anything by it, we don't really think that hard about it, you know? And by definition, that sounds like men are actually stupid if you ask me, but it's like not a bad thing, right? Because it's fun. It's fun to be, you know, just stupid sometimes. It's fun just, you know, relax, turn the brain off, be a little bit vapid for a while. Too much, like, it's balance, right? I always preach balance in all things. I don't know. I feel like a lot more misunderstandings might be avoided if like more women were just told straight up, look, men just say mean shit to each other because we think it's funny, okay? Like, it's difficult, like, if a woman asks it, the next question at that point is, how do you know when someone's actually being mean in that case? Like, when do you know someone is actually upset with you if you say mean stuff all the time, right? That would be the next question, probably, if a woman just, you know, if she actually was engaging with it and didn't just say, oh, that's dumb, right? And just did the same thing men do to women whenever a woman tries to explain shit about women to men. Which I'm not saying you do that, I'm saying a lot of men do that, but you're like, you're one of the good ones, right? You're one of the actual good ones that like engages with the point but doesn't just like kowtow and give platitudes. I think the actual discussion is important because then you actually learn something. Entering a group changes the entire dynamic, not necessarily due to sexual circumstances. There are women that I know personally that think they fit well in groups of men, okay, but they don't realize that the group dynamic they're in isn't the real men group dynamic. That worries me. That's why I like the internet, right? You're anonymous on the internet. So for a large part of my career, right, and you know, I'm in the friend group, some people, half the time, even if you say you're a girl, back in the day, people wouldn't believe you were a girl, and that was great! In the group chats where everyone believed you were a girl, you're right, it was really different. People treat you so fucking different if they think you're a girl on the internet back in the day. Nowadays, not so much. It kind of seems like it's evening out nowadays. Guys, like, just treat every woman, like, I think that the funniest fucking thing imaginable, actually, is that oh my god, I'm not playing the scenario because nobody's asking for anything. All right, we gotta make some phone calls. I think the funniest fucking thing imaginable is that women were like, we want to be treated just like the guys in 2012 or whatever, and now that like we are actually reaching, nobody cares that you're a girl on the internet anymore. There's a shitload of women and children are everywhere, dipshit. Now women are like, boys are so mean. What the fuck? Like, yeah! They are! They're not mean, they just, like, they don't, like, they've got thicker skin! Generally, they're built, they are born. Men are generally, as a general fucking statement, men have thicker skin, generally. Let's see, I think there's certain things you can still, some men, like women will say, that's not true, men get mad all the time, and it's like, yeah, but not usually about shit people are just saying, I think. Although, everybody has stuff they care about. I don't know, it's like, yeah, that does seem like an inconsistency to women. I don't actually know how to verbalize it, but it's like I was talking about, like with the jiggle thing, right? There's a threshold, right? There's like a sliding scale, it's a gray area. You know, men do get mean all the time, right? They get like, what'd you say about my mom? That kind of shit, right? Which is, I think that's why the yo mama shit's so funny, is because what did you say about my mother used to be unironic, and it's men do that to things that people take too seriously, as they'll start to take the piss, right? Hang on, let's see. Don't realize group dynamic isn't the real male group dynamic. Well, it has to change, if only it's the fact that women are smaller and more fragile physically. Okay. Well, yeah, okay. Taking that into account, still happening in left-wing circles, and in right-wing circles, people are so tired that they will test everyone the same way. Yeah, that's fair. I understand everyone's fucking tired of it and wants to make assumptions that people are arguing for something they're not. I've been hurt! And I'm just, feel like I'm sorry for being catty if that's like a womanism that you shouldn't do. It's I'm compelled to reference back to that silly thing, right? I'm compelled to reference back to it. That might be a womanism. I think it's very catty. I think it's a woman thing. By actually being mean to them, let's see, tired, they will test everyone by actually being mean to them. And if you hit back, you are a friend. Yeah, if you can handle the vitriol, which the vitriol's been turned up, if you can handle it, now you really are cool, right? But it's difficult because that slight slide in that slightly more extreme direction means that actually unhinged people have better camouflage. They blend in better now, just a tiny bit. It's not a total, like, it's not like everyone looks crazy, although everyone looks a little bit crazier than they did 20 years ago. I don't know, that might just be me. I don't know. I know a lot of people look way more crazy now than they did 20 years ago. That goes for everyone. all sides. Don't, like, people are crazy. There's a side that I align with more. There's a side that I agree with more. Because it's what I feel is right in my heart. It's what I logic out also, not just feel in my heart, but like I also try. Women, I guess, do that where it's like, I just feels right. I feel compelled. It feels correct. Now, I don't know if most women are willing to like extrapolate that out and justify it, but I realize it's infuriating to men if you don't have a way to, and it's not just men, it's like you should be able to prove, if you can prove what you mean and how you feel, you can find the truth, and the truth, there's an objective truth, and it is correct, right? There's opinion and then there's truth, and if you can find the objective truth, if you can work your way from truth into truth, by truth, whatever, the truth should matter the most. Regardless of how you feel about something, it's okay to like alter your behavior a little bit if you just don't like the truth, right? But you should be aware of it so you can have self-awareness and at least not be detrimental to yourself or the people around you. Because that's just impolite if you are. And, yeah. Well, if you're detrimental to yourself, that's not healthy, which is bad. And if it's to other people, it's like very rude, and that's bad. Anyway, there's shitload of gray area also, though. Like, it's all balanced, it's all sliding scales, it's all confusing, it's all gray areas. Absolutes are, like, they're okay hypothetically, but they don't actually exist. It's better to look at the statistics and always leave an open end, right? Do the rule, but you know, I guess that's why it's also difficult. Men like to deal in absolutes and then disregard the minority, because it is, in taking action, it is confusing and difficult and wastes time to have to consider the minority, right? It's very inefficient, but, you know, arguing whether or not it's the right thing to do, well, that's where you start getting politics. But actually, they mean if you hit back. It's fine. I still think there's a misunderstanding at play that we won't be able to solve just like this. Uh-oh. A misunderstanding? Wait, what did I misunderstand? Women keep thinking about minorities, and that's why they shouldn't be allowed into governance. I don't think it's wrong to think about minorities. I think that it's fine to balance it as long as you're not doing something to the detriment of the majority. If you're doing something to the majority to the detriment of the minority, it's like you have to weigh then how valuable that is to the majority versus the minority, I guess. If you can do no harm to either group, do that. Even if it's just like, don't do anything, who cares, right? Why are you, why do we have to keep pushing? But at the same time, it's, oh man. I guess that opens the door for, Brad, what are you doing? What do you want? Oh, Brad, we brought politics into the stream. Brad, can you fucking believe it? I think politics are just difficult. I don't think I have the right answer, and I don't necessarily think if I was in politics, I would balance things correctly, that everybody could be happy. You have to understand that everybody can't be happy. And sticking up for the underdog is like... You might get more defensive about sticking up for the underdog if you are the outlier in the situation you are in, which, like, women being the minority might want to stick up more for the minority because they feel ultra defensive about their position as the minority in the field, right? I don't think it's good. I don't think you should do it. I think you should be self-aware about that. If you're just doing it for the sake of doing it instead of, like, what's good for the goose is good for the gander, what's good for everybody. Look at things that are good for everybody, not just stuff that lopsidedly benefits one person or the other. And remember, you can do nothing. You could keep your fucking nose out of it too, probably. But I don't know, politicians maybe, oh god. The misunderstanding was, wait, hang on. Women keep thinking about minorities in this way. The misunderstanding was in that UC Bennis is misconstruing your argument, and I don't think he necessarily did. What is my argument? What do you think my argument is? Politics isn't hard by themselves. Specific kind of politics is, yes, because everyone can't be happy. Yeah, it's true. But I mean, there's plenty of people in the majority that also aren't happy. They're getting whatever. Anyway, I don't know how to fix it. I just think that a good, you know, a good strategy if you're in charge of a large group of people is anything you do, the first and most, you know, do no harm. If you can manage to do no harm to any group you're ruling over, that's the one you go with. Probably. There's probably extenuating circumstances in which you'll have to change your strategy or else your whole unit's not gonna survive. And if any change you make is like negative to one of the groups, is there a way to mitigate that and make it not negative to one of your groups? That's, you know, compromise is very important. Concessions and compromising and finding solutions that everybody's all right with is really important. And I think that's the issue, is that nobody's fucking doing that anymore. Radish farm. Okay. No, there's sleep. Wait, the bar was not the bar. The farm machines were open. Alright, we gotta figure out more farmland. Do farmers all know farmers, or am I gonna have a bunch of... Am I gonna have like a section over here where it's gotta be regular people doing regular shit? What the fuck? Why is the cursor still on the stream? Why I'm a million fucking miles away from them. Why am I... Why can I still talk to them? Okay, now it's gone. What? There's an owl? I suppose there's an owl. Alright, Hippocrates? What? Hippocrates. The boss? Is that... It's month 6, it's the... No, I'm not working hard. I'm getting distracted even though I said it was perfect because the stream is... The fact... You actually have to pay attention to the repetition, which is fine, I guess. I don't know, the talking to everybody every single day... This game is the navigating text boxes, but be in service of... I wonder what they do in Metropolismania too, like they make it a lot smoother. Do you still have to do this every day? Farmers seem hard to become friends with, I don't know. Give me your phone number. Okay. Big fluffy gray and white cat. Boone! Boone! Somebody get Boone on the phone. Let's see, although I also have to correct myself, huh? I still don't understand what you think my argument is, like because I don't think I was actually arguing something, except that, like, what I'm arguing is kind of subjective, I guess. Well, I think it could be argued objectively that there is definitely a threshold, even if it's different for every single person, where it goes beyond something serviceable to anything other than shallow visual gratification. I think there's a threshold for that. I think it exists. Not right-wing circles in general that are mean to newcomers. It's low to mid IQ right-wing circles. High IQ are just very cautious and are kind of scheming-ish. I don't really know much about right-wing, left-wing. Like, there's a lot of right-wing people I disagree with, too, because, I mean, both sides have bad people in them, and stupid people, and I don't know, I don't like any politicians, really. I don't deeply like any politicians. There are politicians I think are funny. There's politicians I think are probably... I have less of a negative opinion of them, but I still don't have a ton of faith in any of them, right? That's that's how I feel about all politicians. Yes, all politicians. That's the only absolute I'm going to make. I guess I can't even make that absolute. I'm sure that, like, some human being with stars in their eyes exists on this planet that is in a government position who unironically wants to make the world a better place. And might even be, like, at that point you have to be like, well, okay, they have a good heart. Are they any fucking good at it? It's just one thing after another. Think of it as nuclear family versus Funko Pop shelves, traditional versus progressive. I think both of those lifestyles are fine if they could just quit fucking screaming at each other over the fence. I like one better than the other, but I don't think one of them should be, you know, pushed onto people. I don't think either one should be pushed onto people unnecessarily. I think both of them should just be allowed, right? You shouldn't be mad at one or the other for saying, I like having a wife and children, or I like collecting Funko Pop. Well, maybe you should bully people who collect Funko Pops. Funko Pops are stupid. I'm not gonna say you shouldn't buy them. They shouldn't be made. They're corrupting the youth. It's like, that's not a position I'm gonna take a hard stance on, because it's just fucking stuff. Whatever. You can be a dandy. You can be a poochie. I like collecting complete and box video games. I can make an argument for that being meaningful, but really, if the ISO is available, why do I need the box? I think it's cool. I think it's a piece of history, but it is just stuff. Lifestyles informed by personalities. True. Simply talking about personalities in this case. Okay. So, the type of personality that's most likely to exist in each of these lifestyles is what you're saying? Like, if we could somehow nail down a metric to identify personalities, like, empirically, with no margin of error, you know, like no reasonable margin, like it's hard to do that. Personality is so it's like kind of hard to do that. I guess you could do like the INF. They've got personality tests though, don't they? If you took those statistics of personalities, those personality tests, how reliable do you think those personality tests are? Like the INF, whatever the fuck those things are. Do you think those are valuable or reliable if you were to take the people who take those tests, or to give those tests to people in those two groups you mentioned and see if there's a correlation between personality type and lifestyle? You think there's a correlation like that? How would you prove that, you know? But I mean, I don't know if I see it enough for my experiences with it to be the truth, or even statistically the truth, like the lean of the truth, so it's annoying when you encounter someone like that, but I can't say that like everybody that collects Funko Pops is a piece of shit or whatever, right? Just because I think Funko Pops are like kind of annoying. I think it's worse, right? The wall of Funko Pops, okay? Because the Funko Pops, oh hey, this is a tie-in to the fucking tit jiggle argument. Jongle would be able to explain it better. Aw, Jongle. There are like, well-developed personality theories. There are always exemptions, obviously. Well, how many exceptions are? How statistically reliable is this? How much of a rule is this that you make judgments, that you can make statements? When it's a gray area, the statistics inform how true your stronger statements are, right? Is that a fair thing to say? Does that make sense? That's what I think. I hope that I didn't confuse myself with saying that. There are always exceptions. Okay, there are well-developed personality theories, always exceptions, but these theories and methodologies are reliable enough. Yeah. Jongle was a big nerd about these. I don't remember the actual numbers in social science statistics. Yeah. Well, if you can state a lean, even so, like, is it 51% or is it like 90%? That's a big difference. That makes sense. If it's like 60 to 80%, I start to feel kind of like, well, you know, it's like a 70% chance of being true. That's a threat. Like, this is suspension of disbelief. This is subjective, right? How, you know, if you roll the die, yeah, you're most likely, but that's a pretty big margin of exception. That's pretty big, significant. Oops. I would say you can use that to hedge your bets and you know, proceed with caution, but I wouldn't say it's like something to have a hard and fast, super unrelenting stance about yet. That's how I feel about like 70%. I feel like that's a you know. All right, yeah, definitely, but not something I'm gonna be like totally hard-assed about yet. That's how I feel about that. That would be my approach to having to make decisions or statements about such something. Meet again. Also, depending on how severe what you're talking about is, because like if it's a 70% chance you're likely to get shot, okay, those are terrible odds. But if it's a 70% chance you're likely to meet someone who seems really abnormal, and then you find out they are abnormal, well, I could probably still be friends with them, so I don't know how strong my stance on it's gonna be. I don't remember what it was, but there was a thing that's 95% true and is like the most reliable thing in psychology. How reliable is psychology, Bacchus? How reliable was the measuring tape? I'm not gonna discount it. I do like statistics a lot. I like to know, you know, probability. I think it's useful to make decisions. In simple terms, it's like a 70% chance that someone who likes math also likes classical music. Whoa! Interesting correlation. I mean, smart people stuff, am I right? But what a funny, like, it's not a coincidence at that point, it's a correlation. What a funny correlation. Ah, smart people stuff. I like it when shit like that adds up. See, like, just because you listen to classical music doesn't make you smart, though. Listening to classical music doesn't turn you into a smart person, either, which is what I think is really funny about these things. Moo! Don't do that! I wish these people would introduce me to farms! Alright, Grandpa. Most of these farmers are kind of like old people, so it's hard to get them high enough friend rating to... Can you introduce me to someone, Grandpa? No, I have to be friends with someone first. Who am I friends with? Ah, this lady. Farmer! Alright, we continue. Maybe he wants something. Alright, I'm gonna shellac this field. Simple terms, blah, blah, blah. Well, that thing I was talking about has some nerd name, but most people know it as 12 personalities, or 16, and they don't measure it as smart versus dumb. Well, personality probably isn't, like how smart or dumb you are doesn't really... Smart isn't a personality. I think some people try to make it their personality, I don't know. More structured though versus artistic expression. Oh, it's more structured versus artistic expression. It's got 4 dimensions in it. It measures people, like the political scale. And the popular version also adds an additional axis. Axis. Ixu. Man, even he's a farmer, even though he's not a farmer. I wonder if people in the farm office will introduce me to other farmers. Trouble. The last time I took a personality quiz, I had a lot of trouble because every single time I come across a question, it's like, well, what situation is this? What's the context of the question? And it's, I guess you have to assume the context of the question, and I'm not sure that assumptions, because like, I would feel like an assumption comes from people's life experiences more than just an inherent personality they might possess. And so the assumption of half of the questions feels like it might skew the result. Because if I take the same test and make the other assumption that I also kind of immediately considered, I get like a completely different result half the time. So basically I'm bipolar. Anyway, multiple personality disorder, self-diagnosed. Big sample size, axis. The only study on music preference in relation to personality I could find was in relation to this popular version. I remember them having quite a big sample size, and basically, only the logical side of the scale liked classical music. Only? Oh no! Uh-oh! Well, hang on. Doesn't everybody like movie tracks? And movie tracks are basically like orchestra, which is kind of like classical, so... Maybe it's not like the first thing you would mention that you like, but it's like a primary thing you would mention that you like if you happen to be more, I don't know what the, more giga-brained, less cheese-brained, more giga-brain. Whoops. My headphones. Let's see, classical music, or maybe you answer them based on what you feel instead of what you know about yourself. I don't really know. That's the problem with tests generally. I think it was in terms of actually listening to, not as part of the background. Like choosing actively, okay, to listen to. Not just like, yeah, I liked that movie score, I didn't hate it, I liked it better than not having an opinion on it, you know, that kind of thing. Where it's like, no, I'm not totally net neutral on it. In the right circumstance, it would be slightly pleasant to hear it in the background, or I think it fit really well, I liked it in that scene, you know, that kind of thing. As opposed to, you're gonna put something on the player, what do you like, right? What do you like to hear come on the radio? Is like a completely different context. Five! Holy shit! Brother! Wait, that fits into the same strategy though. Because he can fit back here with the 2 and then the 3. I think, I hope. Please. No. No, it's 2 plus 5, which is... Oh no. There needs to be a gap for the street to be there. Oh, I was wrong. I can't do math. It would have been 4. 4 would have been the one that worked. 5? What the fuck? ranch type. So do I put that with the schools or do I try to squeeze it in? Do I extra widen the road? I'll just widen the road. Yeah, because these are still residences. They won't have room for their little crops if everybody's 5 here, though. Can farms be happy if they don't have any room for all of their plants? By doing this, am I making the AR go down? Do farms need plants to be happy? I know that in real life they need farm to farm, but... Okay, we're gonna do the experiment. I'm gonna put him here. Because the road needs... Road's on a grid that's not compromisable, so... Let me get this, and then when I walk back I'll read chat. Maybe answer that's the problem with tests. Generally I think it was, in terms of actually listening to... I'm out of here! Rap listener found? Huh? Who listened to rap? Oh god, they're going. Oh, maybe they only do, right behind their house if they're on the water, and if they have more access to land, they get going. Maybe I'll try to space the ranches out so that there can be like a little bit of leeway. Also, maybe some of these guys are doubling up, like maybe these guys are doubling up? I don't know. We'll have to see if I step on any farmer's toes by accident. Oops. Okay, let's turn this way to try to talk to people in the fields. Rice paddy, I'm tilling the soil. It's... Oh, Natuzma. Kabosu? Kabosu? Kabosu Grove? They just put this shit through fucking Babelfish. They didn't... Ooh, cow! Ussy! Aww! Cows! Natuzma game! Oh god, these cows are... Oh my god, wait, it's just cows. Whoa, it's just cows! There's no house, it's just cows! Nice. There seems to be some really fresh stuff on music and personality, but I'll post the one I was talking about. Okay, you could post the other ones too. I'm interesting topic of conversation. If you, I don't know if you like- Oh no. What the fuck? Guys, help! Kaiju! Cowzilla. This just adds to my supposition that they zoom you into a location in the actual overworld, right? And then they like load the menu of the people. It's a menu of the people, right? On top of the overworld position that got zoomed in on, which makes me think my supposition of there being a secret, like, I'm not, like, what do you call it? Like a green screen room. There's like secret compartments in the regular houses and things that contain these backdrops that they put the families on top of, but it's actually a still backdrop or just a zoomed in a plane inside of the shop that has a texture on it that is the still backdrop for the menu that pops up in front of it. It's just a location in the overworld zoomed in on that they secretly hide inside these. Like, I think the police station might be... See, that's why it's really weird sometimes when you talk to it, because you go through, like, you go through the actual 3D model and then it loads this backdrop. It's kind of jarring a little bit. But I think it's nice because they also have, like, there's a lot of work that was put into the actual overworld models too that aren't just the menu models. I think it's nice. This game is very cute. It does a lot of cute things. It has a lot of cute details in it. Okay. Okay, I was wrong. It wasn't that only science people listen to classical. No one group has a claim on a single genre, but there are correlations. Yeah, see, that's how I kind of feel like it would be. A lot of my issue, at least, I guess, and it might be a woman thing, and it's why women are always, like, so focused on, like, the minorities or whatever. If you want to say always these correlations in women when they're thinking about stuff, well, it's like, I knee-jerk do it too, right? It's like, it's probably more balanced. The truth is probably a gray area somewhere. It's statistically more likely to not be exactly the absolute, in my opinion, even if it's very likely to be definably within the absolute. That's probably a big disconnect for a lot of people too, I think. Police station, I already have one of them. Let's see, there are correlations. Metal is listened mostly by observant and judging, in a good sense. Like making good, smart, like judging, like, evaluating things correctly or conducively to survival kind of thing. Followed by intuitive and thinking people. Not sure how intuitive and thinking is in the same group. Thinking? Introspecting, maybe? I don't want to say that I'm always right, but I'm one of those I'm insufferable, right? It might be a woman thing, I don't know. I'm insufferable because I feel like I was right again! Because I'll have knee-jerk reactions to things, I'll have suppositions at a glance about stuff, and like, I'm wrong a reasonable amount of the time. I'd say I've got like a 70-30 on that, maybe. I'm usually right. And if I think about it a little bit longer, I can usually make that probably I'm right about something go up to like 80 or 90% if I really think it through and consider shit. But that might be overestimating my abilities. I'm not actually the smartest person in the world, and I don't like to make hard suppositions about things that like I just don't know about them, right? But if I am willing to go hard on something, I relatively usually have a reasonable or correct take on it. Do you like eggplants? No. Police! No. Well, I do need more police, but not yet, I guess. Oh! Phone number! Oh, good. Do you have... She doesn't have anyone else she can introduce me to, she said so. I have to become friends with Grandpa. Uh-oh, a primary school. Alright, well. At least I have the road down for this. None of these farming people seem to have children, though, so they wouldn't need a school, would they? The school line can still work. I'll put all the farming people on this line, and then the line below, I can start double-siding it like I usually do. What is this, an elementary school? Okay, so it's 1, 2, 3 for a daycare. And then you do the elementary school. Well, actually, daycares... I've been slotting the daycares into the 3, so we'll do it upside down this time, actually. We'll do elementary school, junior high, high school. And then you have 3 of them. And then when we start getting people with families who want to come in here, we'll start putting them down here. Because then they'll just be on the other side of the coin. Oh, it's nice that this system works for more than I thought it was going to work for. Like, when you have to start making decisions like this, it's nice that it was a future-proofed strategy. Classical, observant, judging, followed the most telling. Followed by intuitive and feeling types. The most telling genres are pop, hip-hop, and electronics. They have the widest margin between extremes. The quiet yet forceful nature of confident individualists is clearly reflected in their choice of music. These personalities scored highest for classical, rock, tied with 79% tied with constant improvement. Ooh, what's constant improvement? Metal, 42%. Ah. Alright, so which group likes the Mongolian throat singing the best? Cough it up, Bacchus. Go find it. Although, I wonder if anyone is actually, since it became kind of like Mongolian throat singing became like a kind of like a meme there for a second, sort of like a joke kind of thing that was around. Everyone was like, what? And then they hear it, they're like, it was just so weird to Westerners, I guess, that it became circulated as a sort of like a joke or like a weird look at this thing. But I do wonder, you know, how many people do unironically listen to Mongolian throat singing? How many people started listening to it unironically and then they were like, this is actually kind of like this. Constant improvement is another personality type. It's interesting, like, I suppose I can kind of understand confident individualists. That informs, I feel like that describes it in a way that I have a handle on. Constant improvement. What does that mean? If you're taking it in like the best possible light, feels like it's well, I suppose it's all a spectrum, so it's like you could have people that are more driven for that, I suppose, self-improvement or just improving society? I don't know. Unfortunately, the study doesn't include any kind of folk music and doesn't include metal subgenres. Well, it's your area of specialization, so you would, you know, they'd be there all fucking day. There's a shitloads of and like we can't even necessarily agree that genre is even good the way it stands. Kind of like the tag argument for video games. Like, are tags even like that useful considering the way people interpret them? We need more specified sub tags. So people like they'd be there forever. And you'd probably never get a straight answer out of a woman. I don't know what subgenres I like. I just kind of like when banjo go wank wank in this note progression. That's the best I can tell you. I'm sorry. Includes world music. That's another thing though, like folk music, world music. I know that rock or heavy metal has a lot of subgenres in it, but like folk music, world music, how fucking wide of a berth must that cover? You know what I mean? What is the defining, I don't know if that's like a super useful metric. I suppose it's an interesting piece of information to have. It's just, I'm not sure what it informs because it's so broad, I think. In technical composition, I guess. Provides little explanation as to what it is. Man, based on the data, I assume a lot of people misunderstood what it is. It'd be even harder. Like, how do you set up a study like this? Having a sample of music that is the all-encompassing epitome of the genre you are like, right? Could people agree on a penultimate single clip that like defines the like 30-second clip that defines the entire genre of rock music? Every single person who considers rock their primary thing they listen to is their favorite genre would listen to that 30-second clip out of a bunch of other 30-second clips of other genres of music and like that 30-second clip of rock the best over all the other genres 30-second clips. Like, is that, how do you know that you've done that right? That's hard. Basically misunderstood. I feel like world music is a very American term. Yeah. That's another fucking issue. And I have the problem because I am, I'm born in Texas, right? I'm American. And so I can't help but like automatically sort of like I sort of know what world music means. It would be music from somewhere else in the world from where you live, right? That's probably what that means. But then like there's British rock, right? There's fucking, you know, Japanese metal. There's all kinds of fucking like, and those probably have unique indicators in them also, even if there's a lot of overlap, because, you know, the internet really allows us to share so much culture so quickly and easily. There's like, at this point, there's probably tons and tons of overlap between these genres. So like world music, do you mean like folk music, like pre-internet? And at that point, they're like, what do you mean world music? You mean pre-Silk Road music from that area? This is real Chinese music? No, I mean... I'm sure what they mean by world music is like, as it stands in the modern day, it's more like rustic, traditional, physical instruments that still exist in these areas, historical, you know, like heritage kind of shit. I feel like world music for rock, the defining thing I guess would be the drums. Electric guitar for metal. I'll be a fanboy and say that metal is the idea. It's always deeper when it's something you care about a lot. It can be played on a flute. Like everyone else, they don't understand, and that's just because they don't really, they don't like it enough to be that deep into it. It can lack electric guitar entirely and still be metal. Lack electric guitar entirely and still be metal. Wait. But... wait. When you say electric guitar, do you mean... Because isn't it called metal because it's electric guitar? Wait, can metal be... Well, no, because, like, guitar strings are metal, even if they're just regular acoustic guitar strings. Hang on. Can you have acoustic metal? Does acoustic metal exist? What's acoustic metal? Bacchus! Help! You're the expert! So it can be played on a flute. Really? It can lack electric guitar entirely and still be metal. When someone hears electric guitar, they think metal. No idea why it's called metal, actually. Huh. I suppose I assumed it's because like, electric guitar was always the main component. I figured it was a vital component of it. So I thought metal was like... it had to do with like the strings or maybe the amp, because you have to plug in an electric guitar to make the electric guitar sound. It has to be like a technology, metal, right? It uses metal guitar strings, electric guitar, metal body, or probably not metal, aluminum, plastic, I don't know, vinyl. You know, the speaker's metal, the chord metal in it, you know. I thought maybe that was where it came from, but actually, yeah, I don't actually know, I just assumed. Symphonic metal as an actual genre, and there are acoustic songs from some metal bands. Okay, so that's a question. Does that mean that song is metal because they're a metal band, or did a metal band do a song in a different genre? Everybody's asleep. Ooh. He's home. I'm so happy. I feel like I didn't get a whole lot done. I feel like I was very distracted. But you know what? I can get better at multitasking. Tea. Tea! Sweatpants or knickerbocker? Knickerbocker. I don't know what knickerbockers are exactly. I feel like they're one of those terms that have gone through like 2 or 3 colloquialisms, and now what they mean in modern era is not what they meant like 30 years ago. So I don't know what those are, and I don't know what you meant when you asked me if I like them. I say that it's metal because the way the song is structured is metal. Okay, so the structure of the song is the important part to metal. Is the structure of the song important to all genres? Green tea. There are some genres who probably define themselves... Well, actually, is it? Is it? To my understanding of music, it's the important part, yes. I know the structure's important, but is it important to the genre specifically? It feels like there would be so much crossover, or maybe people would largely misunderstand it. The question then, I guess, would be if something is structured in such a way, right? If you've got like a crossover between something like classical and metal, or I'm really bad at this because I do not know genres because I'm not like a big music nerd. I mean, I like music a lot. Wait, what goes around the world cannot leave its original location? I don't know. Hello? I'm not thinking about that right now. I'm too busy thinking about other stuff, Mr. Riddle Guy. Oops. Even within metal, different subgenres define themselves by different things. Yeah, so that's the thing, right? So people choose definitions. How are definitions created, right? How is a definition created? Oh, you needed that? I'm sorry. Are you gonna stream now, or are you gonna... What'd you say?
I'll stream when you're done.
I will be done if you... Me and Bacchus can continue this in your stream chat. Some called their new thing something, and most people agreed to call it that also. That's how. Okay, so what happens when we have a bunch of stuff we already call things and they have rules for what they're called, but then you make something according to those rules and then everybody, without knowing any context, misidentifies it. Like it becomes a commonly misidentified as. Is that like a Fanny Dooley, or is that like, do we need to then assess the genres? Because I think I can understand. I think I can jive with like mass ignorance, not understanding how to define something. But then it's also like, man, that really sounds like it would be called something else, is something I also viscerally feel could happen. It's like, yeah, you wouldn't guess that, you know? So at this point, it feels like, you are the metal expert, or you are the botanical expert, and you're saying, actually, tomatoes are a fruit. This is what that feels like. But that's, I guess, if it's true. Because now we're saying, okay, tomatoes are a fruit to this community, and then to I don't remember if it's like to everybody they're a vegetable, to the botanical community they're a fruit, to the cooking community they are called a vegetable. Now we get into that fucking mess, right? Where different organizations or groups of people will have different definitions for them. Ultimately, I think if you understand what the other person is saying, it's fine. I understand it's tomato. If you want to put tomato in your dessert because it's a fruit, interesting justification. I still think it's a tomato, and you're gonna have to work really hard to make that work. Some people called their new thing something that's the same thing that happens with game genres. Yeah, everyone just has to agree to disagree. Yeah, I feel like there's probably something more useful we could begin to tag video games with. This is why like commercials are so easy. Communication is hard. Getting everybody on the same page might simply be impossible. But I suppose it's definitely a very good idea to keep trying. Farmer! Just a senior citizen. I wonder if I should put seniors over there also. I don't think there's enough farming machinery to account for all that, so I'll put seniors out here also. These farm people sure do seem like they don't give a shit. Although maybe I Should put... No, I'll do it this way. I'll keep farmers and old people on this side of the road. I'm glad the Bullet Heaven genre name hasn't caught up. It's incredibly good. Oh, you doing some work?
Yeah.
Something came up?
Damn server started seeding to move at like 3:30 or later, and it's already ready.
Ah. Already? Already reading it down. Aha, they have a problem. Grocery store, yes. I'll try to find an acoustic metal song. The thing is, again, even within metal, at this point, you can't say there's one way to do it exactly. There are ways to not do it that I can point to, and it kind of falls into place by itself. For example... let's call a grocer. So now... You okay? Do you want to switch chairs? Okay. Put that there. What is their problem? They're not in. Pest control, yes! How do I think I know one pest control guy. Ah, pest control. Cook pest control. What do they do with them? A person who writes a text about mourning a lost love and a person who's sad he got rejected by a girl would both write different kinds of music to go along with the text, and you can hear it if you know what to listen to. That's a different... I struggle with recognizing text in songs no matter the language. You mean like, without lyrics, or... Like the music has this interesting way of being, like, being able to convey an emotion itself, even though it's music and not, you know, that it's, you know, it sounds sad. I struggle to properly hear actual words of the song oftentimes. No, that's like, I'm not sure that's a you thing. I think that might just be like a thing. What do you guys need? Gas station. Yes. Finally, it's taken off. I'm playing the game. They'll both be sad. Wait, hang on. Okay, they will both be sad, but they will be sad in different ways. Profoundly sad and shallowly sad, if you will. Yeah. I mean, shallowly sad. In comparison, yes, I'll use shallow there. But, I could argue that what do you mean men struggle to find fulfillment in a biological the other half of their soul? How do you mean shallow? I could do that. Technically, what you said could be the same thing, you just said it a different way. But I know what you mean, so I'm not gonna nickel and dime you like that. I was just mashing the button. Did he say he wasn't gonna... Not good. Oh, not a grocer. Oh, I accidentally asked him for the grocer because I was mashing. Forgot the grocer thing wasn't solved yet. Pest control. Alright, I definitely want to go in order because I tend to remember how many I invited, and so I'll go in order. Alright, so we've got a gas station. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Put his ass here. Probably still in range for any corner marketing. Now we need to figure out pest control. I suppose. Did I forget to call the pest controllers? Like I just forgot to call them. I asked about the grocer instead of... because I wasn't paying attention. Oops. Okay, what is this? Pest controller building 2 is an office. I can't really tell if it's an office. I'm just gonna put it here. If they want to be near it, surely it's not a noisy factory, so it should be able to go into the middle of the town near the residents if they're asking to be near it without problem. Let's see. Deals with human... okay, obvious exceptions. In general, the general trend is that the less wide-appealing metal deals with more deep human experiences. Like, it's not usually about chasing a girl, it's about actually losing the love of your life. Yeah. There's a song that I'd posted before that I really like, and I might have brought up the text before, but it's about a man who left his home and family to pursue magical power. Yeah, that sounds familiar. I'm sorry, I don't have the ear for metal, so a lot of metal does kind of blend together for me. I have trouble. Was that really fucking long, like 7-minute one with about the snow, the bag he went off and... was that one? I don't remember, sorry. And in the middle it includes the following line. I never knew sorrow till you asked me to follow my heart. With no explanation as to whom it's referring. Deep. 14, oh god. Maybe 17 minutes is as far as I got into it before I got so distracted I forgot to finish it. I'm sorry. I get really distracted. If it's a 14-minute song, you might as well be asking me to like sit down and watch like an episode of anime. I gotta prepare for that shit. I wasn't prepared, so I'm probably fucking conked out halfway through or something. Got distracted. Oh boy, complaints! Playground, yes! Oops. Playground. Pacheco? Oh, yeah, okay. It is a playground. The man also says, forgive me, father, mother, sister, I'm sorry for what I've done. Aw, referring to him leaving his home earlier. Is that referring to him? It's a little bit vague. I guess you could see it that way. Sorry for what I've done. I guess I don't consider setting out. Maybe it's like if the way he set out from home, like he didn't tell anybody or he like left in disagreement or something, I don't know. And in the very end of the song, the lyrics switch from harsh to light. Like the voice or the oh, there's a lot of complaints suddenly. Okay, playground. Important to everybody involved, so I'm gonna put it here. Oops, you guys need something purple. Water well. Oh yeah. I forgot about the water well. Did I become friends with that guy? Where would he be? It's not a playground, it's not a park. Bar, noodle, cake. Would it be over here with the farm stuff? Because it is farm related. That's not farms. Okay, these are farms. Gas station, water well. Okay. Bread! What are you doing? You're giving him trouble to catch it. Oh, Bread! Oh, he's a bad boy. You got yelled at. Now you came over here for sympathy. Well, you're not getting any, Buster. The voice. He says, for all the tales I've told, and these whispers of silver and gold, I'd throw them all away to gaze on your face once more. Aww. It's a tragic song. Does he not get to go home? Does he, like, die in the snow or something? Although, correction, that last part happens at the same time as the follow my heart part. Bread! Solve complaints. Water well. In that case, I will move to your town, yes. Watering well. What if the watering well needs, like, unique things? Alright, we're gonna put the watering well right here. Maybe right here. I'll be safe and put it here. Maybe the watering well for the farming street should be one of those things that gets put with the hospital and the police station, like every street needs it. Hospital, police station, grocery store, watering well. What do you guys need? Playground. Oh wait, yeah, the playground's getting worked on. The song mentions. Wait, hang on. At the same time, the point stands. The song mentions that with all the power he's attained, he still has no power to bring back what mattered to him. So I assume the people he mentions are at this point dead. Yeah. I mean, if he's fine and totally alive and everything, because that's what I was thinking. Is it might be like a very like if it's tragic, I was thinking, okay, either they all died, or he died on his journey, and this is like a reflection of his life or something. But if he got the powers, then I don't see why he would be dying unless there was like some kind of, you know. But I guess it's also like this, like it's the theme of like, well, you've got what you thought you wanted, and is it all that? And it's like, no, you know, don't sacrifice. Bird in the hand, man, bird in the hand. That bird's precious. That bird could be your woman. A wizard might have turned her into a worm or a bird. Just playground and water well. Okay, they're working on it. So the green one's the playground, that one's the water well. I did. Oops. Burke Johnson. Okay. Thank you, Mr. Burke. What do you guys need? All these complaints happened at the same time also. It's insane. Okay, superstore. They want a superstore. What is a superstore? Like well, a supermarket is pretty super. Time like a river flows. The one thing I don't have the power to change. The only thing that matters. It kind of adds an extra thing to think about, like, was someone in his family sick? And since when he got the power, like, it has a bunch of things, like, were the people in his family sick? Were his parents old? You know? Was there an extenuating circumstance, or is the point that he spent so much time out here that they're all gone, like all of them? Or is it just one family member? But it probably doesn't matter. Like, it's an interesting story. It's very compelling. It makes me want to know those things. It's a very compelling story to tell. I'm gonna put the supermarket there. What do you... Oh god. What do you need? Office and worker. Oh no. This is the balancing issue. Office worker household. Yep. Alright, I found the snag. But what I also like is that it's the last song of the non-deluxe album, and the first one has the same leitmotif. But it's a different story. It's a story about a man who, out of fear, presumably hesitated to pursue a better life. Ah! That's really poetic. Do you guys have a complaint? He did have a complaint, but it wasn't the one I was expecting. And now it is too late for him to change it now that he realized his mistake, and it goes using light lyrics. Ugh. Okay, another playground. Let's see if I can settle. Oops. I brought him here, I forgot. Playground. Okay. The office worker household. Let's get some of the 3x3s if we can. Where? I think inventor's home. Does that count, or does he not count as a worker? If we ask him office worker household, he will offer to come here if he is one. So they aren't an office worker household. You can tell the inventor's house is not. Staff family a 3. Which means we can annihilate some of this. Well, where does it want to get planned? Here. 1, 2. 2. Oops. Well, this would be close enough, I think. Would they want to live right next to the cows, though? 1, 2. 1, 2. 1. Eyes aren't working. 1, 2. You know what? There. Switches back. Okay, using light lyrics. Her hand gripped mine. I went with an open mind, but the light she shined on me, it burned me deep down to my bones, and I switches to harsh voice. Promised myself I would never allow myself to see the light again. And though the flesh that sloughed from the bones was blackened and diseased, that flesh was not my flesh, that blood was not my blood, yet still in the shadows I hide. That's much harder for me to figure out. What does it mean? I understand the first half, and then I feel like it could mean more than one thing. I don't want to interpret it wrong. Oops. Okay, wait. What did I... Oh, okay. You guys, oops. I'm trying to solve this problem. Long way from the superstore. Okay, another. Okay, a superstore. Okay. Jeez, all these complaints showed up right at once, which I was waiting. Like, where were you guys? Where were you bitching most of the stream, guys? These fucking people. Superstore. I don't have another supermarket. Oops. Oh, the hardware. Oh. Well, laundry store is a superstore, right? All right. And it's a tiny store, so it's great. It's very compact. Okay, so I'll put it. Ooh, you okay? I'll put it here. And then what's the other one I need to call? I immediately forgot. Okay, hospital, okay. Wait, she would... Did I take that complaint? Okay, I must have. Interpreted as whatever unpleasant experience happened made him close his mind to any possibility of a better life at this point, and he resorted to staying in the shadows, being his old and shitty life, and it kind of continues to explain the point later. Cling to comfort, no longer suffer with pride, the pain, healing, wait not, for time will surely not wait for thee. Hospital. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. And then for good measure, oops, we'll also call in another police station. Oops, not hospital. No, he knows someone. What I needed to choose was introduce me free, because I don't have a request for it yet. All this is to say that I think there are song themes that are more universal and understandable than just human... understandable as just human condition. Unlike shallower things of chasing a girl and being rejected once. Well... Is it perhaps because there's... Well, it's a lot more vague than it is specific, because specific things might narrow the scope and therefore... Like... I don't know. You can sing about a very shallow but broadly understandable thing, but I'm not sure if that... Yeah, what is the... There's... There's something there. I don't know. But maybe that's also why, like, super broad... Well, super shallow, broad things also work, because that's like a lot of pop music is, right? Like, happy songs or just... whatever. What's the red thing again? Okay, hospital. Police station. Okay, once that superstore goes up, they'll be happy. And then once the hospital goes up, they will be happy. And then we can call it a day. Mushroom farm? Hang on. I was just like, a farm, and I didn't see what kind of farm. Mushroom. Oh no, I put a road there. What the fuck is wrong with me? Bruh. Does he till the mushroom field every day? Okay. Everybody happy? No complaints? Good stopping point? Looks like it. Alright, I'm gonna save my game. 300 people, 25 farming industry buildings. Alright, 58. Oh god, we're doing good, huh? Where's my laptop? Save my game! Untitled. Oh yeah, I haven't named it yet either, huh? Unlike shallower, songs more universal and understandable, just a human condition. Unlike shallower things of chasing a girl or being rejected once, and there seems to be a correlation where the more widely accepted subgenres speak to a shallower experience. Pop music, I think, is entirely based on word familiarity, at least after 90s or 2000s. Pop music simply repeats evocative words like love without necessarily telling a story. Yeah, it's like, people like love. Everybody knows love in one way or another, surely. Like some idea of it, and likes it, probably, I think. And the listener projects his own story onto the song. Yeah, that's the vagueness. While in metal, it's always a story you're listening to. Yeah, it makes me want to know what the specificity is, because there are parts that are vague, but overall it's like, yeah, no, I know what this is about. The details are what I want to know, but I know what this is about. Some of it are obvious. Man fantasy, Viking raids and stuff. Man fantasy. I don't know. I think there's this misunderstanding of like the stuff that men like also. It's like, why do men like music about ditching his family and going off and trying to be a wizard and dying? Why do men want to go off and fucking die alone in the woods all the time? That would be my very uncharitable interpretation of what you told me. Purely taking the piss. I'm going to save. Okay, Untitled 74. We're doing good. Okay. Speaking of metal, apparently this is metal. This is either rock or metal, the song that's currently playing. They called this rock or metal. I can't remember which one. I think it's metal, according to the game. It's actually kind of sad that specifically United States power metal didn't become as big of a thing. The one with buff dudes and hot chicks! I mean... it probably had, big... I wonder if it was just a little bit too much, you know what I mean? It's kind of stupid. I didn't want to say it if you really like it that it sounds goofy, but it does kind of sound goofy, but that's fun. It's like good goofy. Go for it. But it's like, there's blood on my sword and it's blood of the kings. I think that could be a poetic line. I think it could be placed somewhere and mean something in context. It is a bit edgy, if that's it, right? If that's, oh, that's it? Not a part of a story, it's just... Is that the rest of the song too? That's a bit edgy. It's like, okay. It's like saying, I'm the bitch. I went and I fought Godzilla and I won. Good edgy. There's a limit. Some people say Ryudo in Grandia 2 is good edgy. I don't like, I do think it's funny, but I don't think it's better. It definitely didn't serve as his character arc better, because his character arc doesn't make any fucking sense when he's equipping clown shoes ass giga edgelord, right? Up until this one point when the localizer was like, oh yeah, in the original he's kind of a quiet introspective guy who's just a little bit cold shoulder-ish, not this fucking clown shoes quipping dipshit. So that's a censorship issue in my opinion. Like that fucking keep your fucking nose. I hate localized. hate marketing executives! Because you know what? This also boils down to a marketing executive saying that Americans want fucking quipping, one-lining, badass, edgy dipshit as their protagonist instead of just fucking translate the source material. God! Anyway. One or two that they've made that are kind of too edgy. Moaning women, ugh, yuck. Okay, see, that's shallow. I'm calling it shallow. That's gratuitous fucking appeal to base instinct. It's fucking shallow. Gratuitous, vapid bullshit. One was kind of funny. It starts with plain text where a kid comes up to his grandpa and asks for a story, and the story is about giant armies in a standstill, and then thunder strikes and a cool dude appears on the horizon, and another dude, and another, and another. Okay, the way you're telling it's really funny too. Giant armies in a standstill. Alright, I'm gonna wrap it up here if you wanted to go sit up. Sorry it took longer than I meant to. Oh, well, boo. You having fun? Good. Oh, I love you. Playing Smash or F-Zero or?
No, I'm just fucking around.
Fucking around? What are you fucking around?
I'm playing Zero Wing.
Zero Wing? Eh?
All your base are long enough to
Oh no! All your base. Cats?
Cats.
Cats!
I'm
Aww.
just waiting for you.
It looks kind of like R-Type, but your force is options, but your options...
It's the shittiest fucking R-type possible.
Really? Like your options are locked and you only have 2?
Yeah, you get 2.
Oh.
And it's got like the R-type power-up system, but it's more like R-type Leo in terms of how your options work.
Oh. Ooh, I don't like him. I hate... Oh. And a bunch of them start coming out of the floor. I'm not good at bullet hells or first person shooters. I'm not good at first person shooters either. It's, yeah, what's it? It's a shoot 'em up. Whenever you say shoot 'em up, I always think of rail shooters, but whenever you say rail shooter, I never conflate it. It's just shoot 'em up makes me think of rail shooter by accident. I get that one confused. One direction, not the other. And they're so cool that everyone's super hyped about it. And it ends with the kid asking, but Grandpa, who were these men? They were the Metal Kings. It's stupid, but it's so rad. That sounds so funny. I love shit like that. I mean, if the timing is like really good, I don't know. That sounds fun. That sounds great. Kind of makes me think, like, there's a lot of stuff that, yeah, no, I like stuff that's like definitely stupid. It's definitely like there's shit that's just the visual of it is what drew me to it. I am shallow when it comes to Big Robot. I get tricked because I'm shallow about Big Robot. I'll see Big Robot and I'll be like, okay, I don't know anything else about this except that the robot looks cool. I'm gonna go watch it. And it's and I get fucking tricked because it was like, well, actually, Camille's an idiot. And it was, where's my space politics? I want more robot fights. I wish it was a bigger genre. I mean, what do we call this genre? Because it's not parody exactly. It's not... call it hyperbole metal. Any genre that like sort of bombastically pokes fun at itself but like is actually really, really skillful about it. It's like Weird Al. He's like good at doing the music, but it's all parody. Like, yeah, maybe just parody. How hyperbolic does something get before it basically kind of sort of touches the line of parody, I guess? European power metal was the thing that caught on more. It's specifically United States power metal, like Merc, fuck yeah. That's such a fun, it's fun. Yeah. Alright, I'm gonna... Unless, because I know I thought you said it was late, so I don't want to, like, keep you up, but... Serenade's gonna stream in a couple of minutes. What are you gonna stream, actually? Mystery?
Yeah.
Is it a model kit?
No, I'm streaming video games.
A video game? You're gonna stream a video game?
Yeah.
So you need this setup?
Tell everybody what it is. Yes.
Oh my gosh, I'm sorry. Okay, I'm gonna get off so that Serenade can stream. Okay.
Yeah, you got what you play there.
I'm sorry. I wasn't paying attention or I forgot. Aw. Sorry. Okay. I want him to play video game. All right. I'll read what you said here, and then I'm gonna say have a good day. If you stick around in Serenade's chat, we can keep autisming. But I know you said that maybe it was kind of late for you, so. America, fuck yeah, and Spirit not parodying itself because parody bands exist and they're a bit different. This is entirely serious in Spirit. Are you sure there's not a little bit of tongue-in-cheek? Okay, not full-blown parody, but like, you know. Can't stop talking about this shit. My autism shit. Well, I mean, since you know a lot about it, it's fun to listen, you know, because I'm learning stuff. It's not like what would you call, like my area of specified interest, so I'm probably not going to retain it as well as if it was something that I had a specified interest in, but it's still fun to listen to stuff and talk about it, get to ask questions, you know. And I might remember some of it, and that's good. If I remember more than nothing, that's good. I think that's worth the... I'm having fun too. I think it's all of this is just all net positive. If you're having fun talking about it, I'm having fun talking about it too. Okay, I'm gonna say, if you go to bed, have a good night, and, you know, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. If I'm not, I'm probably gonna be on Discord. I'm just saying that just in case. I really just zone out all vacation and I do not look at my phone. So with that, I'm going to say, I hope everybody had a good week. I will not be streaming tomorrow. We're packing and leaving tomorrow, so no Mega Man Legends 2 stream tomorrow. Yep, and that's gonna be that. So with that, I'm gonna say God bless and bye!